Parker, cut back in, touchdown, Nebraska Wesleyan.
LNK TV Sports and the Nebraska Wesleyan University Sports Network presents Prairie Wolves football. Today it's the final game of the season featuring the Beavers of Buena Vista University and your Nebraska Wesleyan University Prairie Wolves. This game is made possible by Lincoln Electric System. It's your electricity, own it. Union Bank, you belong here. And Nebraska Wesleyan University. Now let's take you out to Able Stadium with Jeff Moats and Brett Edwards.
It is a cloudy, dreary day in Lincoln, but the football action could get interesting this afternoon here despite the weather conditions as Nebraska Wesleyan wraps up the regular season here at home against Buena Vista. Hello, everyone. I'm Jeff Moats along with Brett Edwards here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network here on LNK TV. It is senior day for Nebraska Wesleyan. 23 seniors playing their final home game today, Brett.
Jeff, I'm excited for this game here today. It's the first Saturday in November. Great football weather. If I'm fired up and excited about this game, you know that these guys behind us are fired up about this game. Wesleyan trying to end the season on a winning note. It's so important to go out on senior day. Wesleyan's won their last 2 senior day games, 5 of their last 6, so they must be doing something right to end the regular season. Go out on a high note with a win here today. BV's lost 7 straight games this year. They've lost 10 straight conference games dating back to last year, but this is a game that BV feels like they can win, so Wesleyan needs to come out and play inspired football today.
And the one thing that you look at here in this matchup is how both teams are going to stack up. Offensively, Nebraska Wesleyan's got the edge. Buena Vista, though, they got the edge on defense.
Yeah, it's going to come down to field position, I think, in this game. They're pretty evenly matched statistically, but one guy that I just love to watch for Nebraska Wesleyan is senior running back Shaka Taylor, and what a great opportunity for him to go out on a high note and end his career, illustrious career here at Wesleyan, not only with a win, but a chance to break the school record for career touchdowns. He stands at 27 right now. He just needs one more to break that record. He already owns the rushing record and all-purpose yards, so add one more to the mantle list for Shaka Taylor. And what's interesting about Shaka, he has 3 career pass attempts, and all 3 have gone for touchdowns, so we might see him throw one today too.
You never know what they might pull out in terms of trick plays here this afternoon. Now, when we look at this matchup today, how about the penalties? Let's look at this, because Nebraska Wesleyan, they lead the league with the least amount of penalties. On the other side, Buena Vista has the most in the league.
Yeah, something's got to give here today when you look at those kind of statistics, and it's just about being disciplined, playing disciplined football. Which team's going to come out and do that here today? And also leading into that a little bit is going to be the special teams. Both teams struggle, and on one end of the punt return and the punt team unit, so it's going to be interesting to see. Special teams is going to have a factor in this game today, I believe.
You look at the key players today. Let's look at the seniors for Nebraska Wesleyan. The wide receiver, Bradley Pelkey. He's had a pretty good season so far for the Prairie Wolves. On the defensive side of the ball for Wesleyan, how about Jake Kittle? We've mentioned him quite a bit on defensive plays this season.
Yeah, Kittle, the Aurora, Nebraska product, playing out here today, and we're not clear quite if he's going to be able to get that medical hardship and be able to come back for next year and play. But when you look at the wide receiver Pelkey, he's had 3 touchdown catches in the loss to Dubuque last week. Wesleyan put up the most points all season last week in that loss to Dubuque and most offensive yards. So Pelkey, he has a touchdown catch in 5 straight games, so he's obviously a big target in the passing game for Jonathan Curdy, as well as fellow senior Lincoln Northeast Rocket Derek Curtis.
And on the other side for Buena Vista, we look at Cole Miller. He's a senior quarterback, and on the other side with him will be Pacheco, another guy that you're going to have to look at wide receiver.
He is the one guy that Kevin Kroom, Nebraska Wesleyan's defensive coordinator, is going to have to know where he's at on the field at all times, because that's Cole Miller. That's his go-to guy. Pacheco, he's a Kearney Catholic grad playing in Storm Lake for Buena Vista here. He leads the league in receiving yards per game, receiving yards, and total touchdowns. He ranks 5th in the nation, Division III. So keep an eye on where number 5 is out there all day today.
We might see a few Nebraska players on this team from Buena Vista here in town today as well, but it's senior day at Nebraska Wesleyan. It should be fun to see how these 23 seniors go out here in their career, their final game here at Able Stadium. When we come back, we'll bring you the kickoff here between Nebraska Wesleyan and Buena Vista. It's all next right here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
When you're out to make a difference in the world, begin by exploring what inspires you at Nebraska Wesleyan University. The bridge between you and meaningful, unforgettable experiences. Designed from personal attention to internships to translate into success in your career and life. A place of powerful learning designed to explore you, discover you, propel you. Nebraska Wesleyan University. NWU.
Oh, hi there. Sorry, couldn't see you at first. I'm Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy, and it's first filter Friday, so I'm just checking my furnace filter here. Looks like it's about time for a clean one, which I just happen to have right here. You know, a small investment today can really reduce your heating costs and improve your efficiency. You can really see the savings. Yeah? For more tips like this, visit us at les.com or do a search for LES Video Vault on YouTube. We will see you next time.
Being on my own is awesome. But on top of classes, laundry, and keeping up with my shows, how am I supposed to take care of banking? And my mom, she just told me to figure it out. So I did. I got my own checking account, I'm saving up for a car, and I got a debit card with a cat on it. All thanks to Sam from UBT. You know, this adulting thing is really working out. I would not eat that. Your money, your questions, your peace of mind. At Union Bank, it's all taken care of.
Back here at Able Stadium on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network here on LNK TV, along with Brett Edwards, I'm Jeff Moats as we get ready for Nebraska Wesleyan and Buena Vista, the final game of the regular season here in 2018. There you see the current conditions. Cloudy with some showers in the area, 48 degrees. East breeze coming in at 12 miles per hour, a little bit of bite with that wind. So that's going to be kind of the scenario today. Weather-wise, it's going to be cool and dreary, and hopefully it doesn't hamper too many things here in this football game. And we'll see how the Prairie Wolves come out here to begin this contest.
Yeah, Jeff, that's what I'm looking to see here to start out this game is which team comes out inspired. Wesleyan trying to go out on Senior Day with a win here against Buena Vista. BV, they've lost 7 straight games. They're still looking for their first conference win of the season. They've lost 10 straight conference games, but they feel like this is a game they can win. Let's see who comes out ready to play today.
So the Prairie Wolves will get ready here to receive, and here is the opening kick, a low driving one, and it's going to be picked up at the 23-yard line, and on the return, all the way up to about the 40-yard line for Nebraska Wesleyan. Let's credit Jacob Andreessen, the sophomore out of Pius X here in Lincoln, with the return. And so the Prairie Wolves will have it at their own 40-yard line to begin this contest.
Yeah, great field position. The up back just trying to get the most out if he could on that return. And here we go. There's 34, Shaka Taylor, the running back. He's a senior. He needs 1 touchdown today to break Nebraska Wesleyan's all-time school record for career touchdowns. He has 27 today.
There you see the offensive line, starting lineup: Smith, Davis, Mueller, Kunsel, and Kitazono. At that right tackle, here is Taylor on 1st and 10, and at the point of attack, Buena Vista forcing a 2-yard loss and stopping Taylor right in his tracks.
Jeff, one interesting note on this Nebraska Wesleyan offensive line, they've started the same combination of 5 guys in every game this season, so that's consistency, and they are the least penalized team in the American Rivers Conference, so those big guys getting the job done up front, not making mistakes, and let's see what they can get going here for Shaka in the backfield.
There you see the wide receivers: Derek Curtis out of Northeast, Caleb Conway, Bradley Pelkey, a senior, James Skrjanik. Also another wide out there. You see Taylor and Curdy making up the rest of that starting lineup on offense for Wesleyan. 2nd and long here, and it's a fake to Shaka Taylor, and then Curdy tries to throw it out to the flat left side. It's incomplete. So a 3rd and long coming up here for Wesleyan. Not a great start here on Senior Day. There you see the defensive line for Buena Vista: Harris, Edwards, Dorsey, and Weaver. There you see Spicer, Cruz, and Laughlin. Beauregard, Aranda, Hill, and Herwig making up that secondary. So 3rd and long here for Wesleyan. This is at their own 37. Taylor in motion out of the backfield. Curdy going to look to throw. Got someone over here at Skrjanik, and he is hit hard at the 41-yard line. And that'll be a 3 and out here for Wesleyan.
Good defense there by BV. They were able to get a little bit of pressure on Jonathan Curdy back there. Wesleyan goes empty, motioning Shaka Taylor out to the far side. 5 receivers set. Curdy able to complete the pass, but not enough gain, and good close out there by number 11 for the Beavers.
Now, we told you in pregame that Wesleyan is very sharp offensively, and Buena Vista is very tough on defense. That's kind of their specialty, as Jackson Hines will punt. He's a senior. Here's the boot, and it's going to be picked up at about the 22-yard line And quickly on the return that time, and stopped there was Eric Pacheco. Pacheco is a guy that we talked about during pregame too, as one of the big wide receivers that they have, and he's had a pretty good season so far. He's only a sophomore. And now we'll get to see Cole Miller come out and run this offense.
Yeah, Pacheco, not a very big guy, 5'10", 170s, from Kearney Catholic, back here playing in his home state here in Lincoln against Nebraska Wesleyan. He's 5th in NCAA Division III in receiving yards and 7th in all-purpose yards.
So Miller will work out of the pistol from their own 23 here, 1st and 10. Long count. Miller, he'll keep it instead, and he slides in there, takes a dive right there at about the 29-yard line, got about 6 on the pickup.
This is 3rd year as a starting quarterback. Cole Miller for the Beavers. He's 5th in the league in passing yards per game, 226.5 yards per game. He does have a team-high 104 rush attempts, but he's only ran for a total of 250 yards this season.
There you see that offensive line, Savage and Preston among them for Buena Vista. This is 2nd down and 4. Slant route complete. Pacheco gets the catch, gets the 1st down, finally tackled at the 45.
Here's an interesting thing, Jeff, on this Eric Pacheco kid from Kearney Catholic. Twice this year, he's had more than 225 receiving yards in one game. So
that's
he's a big play guy.
So they'll spread it out here, out of the pistol for Miller. Trips right. At the top of the screen, one at the bottom of the screen on the left. And a pass from Miller is underthrown, incomplete. Looked like it was Pacheco, the intended receiver. You know, and Pacheco's not the only Nebraska kid on this roster. There's at least a few others.
Lexington, Wymore.
Fremont.
Yep.
Another one from Kearney. That's Corey Kitt.
Well, their head coach, Grant Mulring, he's from Cambridge, Nebraska. He's previously coached at Hastings and Doane, so he's coming in here and plucking some Nebraska kids out.
And really, if you think about it, Storm Lake is among the closest schools to Nebraska in the American Rivers Conference. Here's a handoff, and it's Kobe Martin Jr. who gets the carry. Gets a short gain of about 2. This takes it up to about the 47-yard line.
You'd have to think Grant Mulring, the head coach for BV, has a little extra motivation to not only get a win for his team this season, but he's back here in Nebraska. He faced Wesleyan when he was coaching at Doane and Hastings previously.
So he knows this program inside and out. After facing them several times at both of those institutions, which are a part of the GPAC.
Trick play, flea flicker.
And now Miller scrambling. He's going to keep it. And he's going to be knocked down on the far side. Knocked down that time by Micah Dexter of Wesleyan.
BV did a good job of protecting Cole Miller to give him a chance on that flea flicker. You need a little bit of extra time up front to be able to pull off a play like that. And I heard from a little bird up here in the press box before the game that BV was looking at some trick plays here today.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out. What do they got to lose? They're trying to get a win and pull out all the stops, you know.
How many teams even run the flea flicker anymore?
I saw it happen. I think I was watching a college game the other night. It was unsuccessful because you need that protection. You need time to pull it off. I was never a part of a flea flicker. Never. I wish I would have been.
Here's the punt. And Shaka Taylor going to signal fair catch, takes it and grabs it at about the 19-yard line. They're actually going to spot him at the 20. You know, I did a playoff game last night up in Omaha with Lincoln Southeast and Omaha Burke. And Southeast did a double reverse pass. And they almost pulled it off. Almost had it completed. That would have been for a touchdown. But, you know, they were trying to throw some trickeration. There's teams, you know, even in a playoff setting, and if you're outmatched, Southeast for a little bit was hanging with them, but they tried to do some trickeration, as John Harris would say. And, you know, they almost pulled it off. Here is Pelkey at the 30, makes the grab, flag thrown. As Pelkey is marked down at the 32-yard line, this could come back. Let's see. But again, it doesn't hurt to try that stuff at certain points. I mean, in this case for Buena Vista, why not?
Exactly. It's the last game of the year. They're looking for a win. They're looking to get off the schneid and get that first conference win of the season.
This will go against Wesleyan. Let's get the official word.
Man downfield, offense, 5-yard penalty, replay first down.
So back it up 5. This will go back down to about the 15.
Perfect example, Jeff, what we talked about in our pregame lead into the show about the penalties. Nebraska Wesleyan entering today the least penalized team in the American Rivers Conference. Buena Vista, the most penalized team in the conference. So something has to give, and here Wesleyan shooting themselves in the foot. They're down to a 1st and 15 from their own 15.
They'll work out of the pistol. Taylor's going to get it, and he's going to be stuffed. He's going to be forced out of bounds behind the 5-yard line. That is just great pursuit.
Another flag out too. They threw that one with authority.
Brady McContney.
He threw it halfway across the track. It's out there in lane 3.
Yes, he did.
I'd love to see. Oh man, if you had an ISO replay on that ref, that might make SportsCenter's top 10. He chucked that thing.
Defense, number 24, late hit out of bounds. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So that doesn't help matters for Buena Vista. Let's watch this again. Jonathan Curdy gives it up to Taylor.
14 was in there unevaded. Nobody blocked him.
Brady McConaughey, the freshman, coming in and with the late hit. So they'll move it up here. This will be 1st and 10. They'll work from the 23. And it's Shaka Taylor trying to go through the teeth of the defense and doesn't get very far, maybe about a 2-yard gain to the 25, and that's it.
You can tell that Nebraska Wesleyan must want to come out and really try to establish the line of scrimmage here today and run the football. Shaka Taylor, I believe he needs just 86 yards rushing today to get to 1,000 for the season. He would be the first Nebraska Wesleyan running back to rush for over 1,000 yards in 2 seasons.
He's had a great year despite the overall record. Shaka has really had a great senior year. 2nd and 8. Curdy. Ball intercepted, picked off. Reed Cruz down the far side, and he's going to be bulldogged from behind and taken down by Ben Smith.
That was just an unfortunate. The ball got tipped by, I believe, a BV linebacker. If we get a replay on this, we'll be able to see exactly maybe who it was. But pretty good read by Curdy over the middle. Ball gets tipped right there by number 21, and there's 25 able to pick it off and get a pretty decent return. So unfortunate situation there for Nebraska Wesleyan because it wasn't a bad read by Curdy. He had the guy. Probably just needed to put a little bit more arc on it, maybe zip it in there a little bit.
Colby Laughlin was the guy that tipped the pass up, and again, Cruz got the interception. Here is Miller from the 15 of Wesleyan, and around the left side on the carry that time, taking it down is Joshua Wurge. Takes it down to the 10-yard line. So a 2nd and 5 coming up here for Buena Vista.
Around left end, he's tackled by Gene Kittle.
Very important to bow up as a defensive unit here. Coming off that turnover, if they can only hold them to 3 points, I feel like that would be a success for this Prairie Wolf defense.
They'll work out of the pistol. Wurge behind Miller, the quarterback. Pacheco, the split here on the left. Here is Miller. Pacheco into the end zone. Touchdown, Buena Vista.
Great route.
So Eric Pacheco with a reception from about 10 yards. And so Buena Vista, the Beavers strike first. So we take a look at this again. Fake the handoff. Good look that time by Miller. And yep, Pacheco was wide open right there on the left side of the end zone.
Great route, great throw, great patience. Pacheco able to juke to the inside, almost like a post corner, but instead of running the corner part of the route, he flattened it out, and great throw by Miller to find him.
The point after attempt is no good as it goes wide left for Morris Aranda. So that is the 10th missed point after this season for Buena Vista. 9:09 left here, first quarter. Buena Vista strikes first. They're up 6-0.
When you're out to make a difference in the world, begin by exploring what inspires you at Nebraska Wesleyan University. The bridge between you and meaningful, unforgettable experiences designed from personal attention to internships to translate into success in your career and life. a place of powerful learning designed to explore you, discover you, propel you. Nebraska Wesleyan University, NWU.
6-0 lead here for Buena Vista. As we're on senior day here at Nebraska Wesleyan, welcome back Jeff Moats, Brett Edwards, and the entire Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network crew here on LNK TV. And so Buena Vista got a pick there from Reed Cruz. Short drive, capped off on a 10-yard toss to Eric Pacheco, the Kearney Catholic grad, to get on the scoreboard.
11th receiving touchdown of the season for Pacheco. That leads the American Rivers Conference.
And as I mentioned before the break, too, the 10th point after that's been missed this season by the Buena Vista special teams. Quick return for the 16, fumble on the play. It looks like maybe Buena Vista got the ball back. Let's see. Nope, Wesleyan kept it.
Very fortunate there to not give another turnover. That would have been back-to-back turnovers in their own territory here. And, like I talked about, who's coming out here ready to play football today? And so far, BV on the road, playing more inspired right now. Nebraska Wesleyan, I don't know if their alarms didn't go off early enough this morning, but they need to kind of wake up here because this is a game that you want to end on a winning note against a team that you are better than.
That was Colby Enns, by the way, on the return for Wesleyan. Now Curdy on 1st and 10 gives it to Taylor. Taylor trying to march ahead, gets 2 yards on the pickup before Buena Vista meets up with him and they stop him at the 32.
Jeff, I'm trying to look at the American flag in the south end zone over there. It doesn't seem to be moving much. When we were down there pregame, it was a little windy, but it's actually cleared up. So there's really not a whole lot of wind. I don't know why Nebraska Wesleyan's not kind of opening up the playbook a little bit and maybe throwing it more with Jonathan Curdy, the junior quarterback. He's put up some big numbers this year. He's got great targets to throw the ball to. We'll see if they kind of start throwing it up here a little bit.
And now we got penalty flags coming out here. Maybe a procedure penalty against Wesleyan. Let's find out.
False start. Offense, number 5. 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Skrjanik moved a little bit too early before the snap, so I'll back it up 5 yards. Now penalties are becoming an issue for Wesleyan.
Coach Keller and his staff cannot be happy about this start, especially with a couple of big penalties on the offense especially.
Yeah. 2nd and long here for the Prairie Wolves. Curdy looking to throw. He's got some time, eludes a runner here. And he has to get the ball up, and it's almost intercepted. It goes incomplete. It was right within grasp of Buena Vista. Jamori Greer was the guy that almost had a pick.
Hit him right between the 1 and the 1. It was
right in the breadbasket area.
He was under pressure here a little bit, under duress. He's just trying to make a play.
Man.
Very fortunate again.
Wow.
That could have been the second pick on back-to-back possessions here.
That could have been a pick 6. 3rd down and long here for Wesleyan. The offense a little slow to start out here this afternoon. As cool as the weather is here in Lincoln. Here is Curdy. Rushes on. Short toss. It's Curtis who makes the catch. And he's going to be short of the line of scrimmage, just inside the 30-yard line. That'll be 4th down.
Yeah, 3rd down and long after the penalties, and maybe need to try and pick up a bigger chunk of yards when you're at 3rd and long like that. Throw the ball down the field a little bit more. But, I tell you what, BV's playing pretty solid defense up front. They're getting a good pressure in the backfield. Really, Curdy's had to step up. He stepped up well in the pocket, found his guys, but he just hasn't been able to throw the ball downfield. And BV, credit to them for playing pretty solid defense so far.
There's Jackson Hines with a nice punt. And Pacheco weighs fair catch. He picks it up at the 29-yard line. 7:32 to go here in this first quarter of action. Again, 6-0 the score. Buena Vista earlier capitalizing on an interception. And then it just took a few plays and then a 10-yard touchdown pass to Eric Pacheco. Total receiving yards for Buena Vista, 26. Only 6 for Wesleyan. Rushing yards, 2 for the Prairie Wolves, 20 for Buena Vista. Quite a difference. Little zone read that time, and the Prairie Wolves defense, Stolpe was over there along with Dexter to put the hammer down on the ball carrier that time for Buena Vista, which happened to be Minasucci. Brennan Minasucci.
Minasucci.
He's a freshman out of Fremont.
I hope you get to say that name over and over again today. Minasucci.
Minasucci.
I like that one.
Big thanks to Alex Linden, our sports information director here at Nebraska Wesleyan, helping with pronunciations and getting some information gathered for us every week. They're going to run the option. Fake pitch by Miller. Gets to about the 32-yard line. Ran the option here on the short side.
That's a good job of Nebraska Wesleyan's defense, just stringing that play out. Cole Miller tried to fake the option pitch to the near side here, and great closure for the Nebraska Wesleyan defense. I don't know if that's necessarily BV's game, running the option like that. Cole Miller can run a little bit. I think he's more of a scrambling type quarterback when he gets in situations where he has to get out of the pocket and able to scramble away.
And they'll work out of the pistol to put trips to the right on the upper part of your screen, one on the left here on the bottom. Miller rolling right. And Jacob Garnis with a big stop, little shoestring tackle on the far side.
We've talked about Jacob Garnis over and over and over again this season, the sophomore. He leads the league with 92 total tackles coming into today's game. He's second in the league in tackles per game with just over 10. Keep in mind, he had his breakout game last year as a freshman against Buena Vista. He had 2 sacks and 4 tackles in his first career start last year against the Beavers.
Not bad for a guy that played 8-man football out around Julesburg, Colorado. He has really been the big difference maker on defense this season for Wesleyan. Here's the punt, almost blocked. Taylor's going to pick it up at the 34. He'll try to return it, but not for long. Kind of slipped a little bit on the turf and got to about the 37-yard line.
Well, you know, when you grow up in Julesburg out there in the northeast part of Colorado, they grow up chasing tumbleweeds.
Yeah,
that's how they get so good at football. They chase tumbleweeds across the plains, and those things get going pretty fast when the wind picks up. So that's what, just like Rocky when he used to chase the chicken around.
Yeah.
Makes you quick, makes you tough.
I've been through Julesburg a few times in my life. It's just right off Interstate 76, right inside the Nebraska border, Colorado border for Nebraska. Here's Taylor on the right side. Breaking tackles, flag thrown. This is probably going to come back. This might be a block in the back or
holding downfield.
Holding downfield, probably against Caleb Conway. Let's see what the issue is, but that flag came out as soon as Shaka got past the 50.
Yellow flag on the field.
That'll be unfortunate if this is called back from Nebraska Wesleyan's standpoint. That's a big gain, kind of get something going a little bit, try to get some sort of momentum on offense.
Offense, number 83, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Replay first down.
It wasn't Pelkey, it was Derek Curtis called for holding.
This is shocking to me, Jeff. I really, being the least penalized team in the conference coming into this game, to have, what are they at now, at least 3 penalties, I'm pretty sure. We can get our stats to 3 for 20, 3 penalties, 20 total yards so far. So
here is Curdy dropping back. He's got Conway, the tight end, gets the first down, ran out of bounds around the 50-yard line. They'll spot him at the Wesleyan 49 instead.
Sometimes that's all it takes to get your quarterback in rhythm and get the offense start to get something going, is just a quick little simple pass out to the flat there and able to pick up the first down. It doesn't need to be a big play, monster throw down the field, which we know Curdy can do, especially with Pelkey and Curtis and some of these receivers that he has. We'll see if they start to attack the downfield option here as this game goes along.
They'll put trips here on the right, bottom part of your screen. Curdy out of the pistol. He'll give it up to Taylor. Taylor, going through all sorts of tackles, gets it inside the 45 to the 43 of Buena Vista.
Finally getting something going in the trenches, right up the gut there, and Shaka Taylor he's from up by Norfolk, right?
He's from Lutheran High Northeast.
That's right, Lutheran High Northeast, and trying to go out on a good note. He's had a great, illustrious career here at Nebraska Wesleyan, has set all sorts of records, and again, keeping an eye on just that one more touchdown to break the school record.
Trips here on the bottom of the screen, one to the far side on the left at the top. Here is Taylor. Gets the first down inside the 40, tripped up at about the 36-yard line. Good little run that time for Shaka Taylor. Wesleyan trying to establish that ground game. At one point had 2 yards rushing. That's been updated now. We'll try to update that here on our stats sheet, but with 3.5 minutes to go here, Wesleyan looking to complete the drive here, at least put one into the end zone if they can before the end of the quarter. Got a solid drive going so far. Got a slot on the left side. That's Tate Schmatter. Out of the pistol, it's Taylor again. And good opening there through the line. Offensive line working hard to create that opening, and a flag coming out.
Personal foul, late hit, something like that on the defense.
We do have a foible flag on the field.
Maybe an unsportsmanlike conduct of some sort, I'm not sure, but
well, I could see one of the Wesleyan receivers doing the throw the flag motion, so there must have been something that happened on the end of that play that we couldn't quite see live.
I would imagine there's probably a few words being said between both teams in the trenches.
There's no foul on the play.
Well, never mind that, yeah. Let's see if we can see. I don't know what would have been in question here. Nothing I could see there. Well, as it stands, 2nd and short now. They got that running game going, so, here's a chance where you could maybe take a shot. 2nd and 3.
Try to go to the air if they can. Schmatter again lining up as a slot, and then they're going to shift over to the right. Him and Conway. Curdy looking to throw. He's got time. He's looking. He's going to run it instead. He's going to cut back over. Dives ahead. Did he get the first down? He's close. He got to about the 25. I think he got it. A broken play turned out to be something positive.
They talk about making something out of nothing exactly, and there it was. 2nd and short. I figured, hey, let's take a shot here. If we don't get it, if it's incomplete, we know we can probably come back and try and run the ball for the first down. You're probably in close to 4-down territory here as well, depending on if you want to, kick the field goal, get some points on the board. But Curdy able to scramble and cut back and dive, and the little guy. What's Curdy's size? Curdy is 5'9", 180, the Colorado Springs Palmer High School grad.
Out of the pistol. Taylor trying to work out to the edge. Probably got about a yard, if that, down to the 24.
It could be a day where Shaka Taylor has like 35 carries for 111 yards type of day, just a ground and pound type of game so far. He hasn't been able to break too many big ones. He's picked up a few chunk yardage runs on this one, but, let the big guy eat. This is his last game ever to play here at Nebraska Wesleyan. Feed him the ball. He's the guy that's been so valuable to this offense this season.
Skirjanic, Keller, and Curtis at the top. And now Curdy will throw over to Skirjanic, and he's ran out of bounds around the 19-yard line. Pickup of about 6. So 3rd and 4 coming up.
We talk about the 23 seniors playing their final home game here today at Able Stadium. Largest senior class under head coach Brian Keller since 2008. 3 starters on the offensive line. A lot of skill position guys that are seniors for this Wesleyan offense. And then 16 total starters are seniors. So very important senior class for Wesleyan.
3rd and 4 here with about a minute to go here in this first quarter. Curdy. Taylor drops the football. Loose football. And it goes out of bounds. Oh, man. So close. Buena Vista thought they had the ball.
Do you think that was a catch, though? Did he take a couple of steps?
I think he did. Let's see it again. So he caught the ball.
Well, almost could have been a backward pass, though, too.
I think he had possession of it.
That's the 3rd time. That's the 3rd time they've been fortunate The kickoff return they fumbled and recovered. Curdy threw the one interception, almost threw another interception right to number 11, right at his chest, and now here.
So on 4th down, Wesleyan's going to go for it. And timeout going to be taken by the Prairie Wolves. We'll step aside with them too with 53 seconds remaining in this opening quarter. And it's still a 6-0 lead here for Buena Vista over Nebraska Wesleyan.
Being on my own is awesome. But on top of classes, laundry, and keeping up with my shows, how am I supposed to take care of banking? And my mom, she just told me to figure it out. So I did. I got my own checking account, I'm saving up for a car, and I got a debit card with a cat on it. All thanks to Sam from UBT. You know, this adulting thing is really working out. I would not eat that. Your money, your questions, your peace of mind. At Union Bank, it's all taken care of.
Buena Vista again up 6-0 on Nebraska Wesleyan. We got 53 seconds to go here in this first quarter. Prairie Wolves burning a timeout and seeing if they want to maybe go for a field goal from this distance or if they actually want to push forward and go for it.
It'll be about a 43-yard field goal from here, Jeff, if you're going to kick it. 4th and 11, we're sitting up here next to Coach Keller and a couple of his assistant coaches. Coach Keller looking over his play sheet. They're going to send out the offense with Jonathan Curdy out there at quarterback and go for this thing.
So they'll put Skrjanik and Curtis a splits to the left in the upper part of your screen. Pelkey is here on the right at the bottom. Curdy rolling left. Got some time. Throws across his body. Diving grab attempt incomplete. I think Skrjanik was looking for maybe some interference, but no penalty flag. And so Buena Vista on downs will take over the football.
Good coverage by BV's defensive backfield there. That's what they've been kind of doing. They've been limiting this passing attack from Jonathan Curdy and Nebraska Wesleyan, and Curdy able to, throw it where nobody else could possibly make that catch except for Skrjanik, and Skrjanik laid out trying to make it along the sideline there, but unable to do so. And here comes Cole Miller and the BV offense out again.
Work out of that pistol formation. And around left side, breaking tackles, fumble on the play. Alex Cruz did such a good job of knocking that football out of the hands of Taylor Youngblood, who is in there at quarterback. So Youngblood almost committed a turnover. Watch this again, and Cruz comes in and knocks that ball out of his hands. Good job.
Yeah, great play by Cruz coming up, making that play. It's unfortunate Wesleyan could not fall on that ball.
So Miller is back in at quarterback. Final 10 seconds here of this first quarter. And Miller sliding in close to a first down, or maybe short, around the 36. Looks like maybe he did pick it up. Let's see where they spot the football. Yep, they're going to give him the first down. So the yard markers move up. Time will wind out. We're through one quarter of play here at Able Stadium. So after one here in this final game of the regular season, it is Buena Vista 6, Nebraska Wesleyan nothing. Come back for the second quarter after this on LNK TV.
Oh, hi there. Sorry, couldn't see you at first. I'm Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy, and it's first Filter Friday, so I'm just checking my furnace filter here. Looks like it's about time for a clean one, which I just happen to have right here. You know, a small investment today can really reduce your heating costs and improve your efficiency. You can really see the savings. For more tips like this, visit us at les.com or do a search for LES Video Vault on YouTube. We will see you next time.
Jeff Moats, Brett Edwards with you here from Able Stadium here in Lincoln. Nebraska Wesleyan trailing Buena Vista 6-0. Here on Senior Day, 23 seniors being sent off after today. And a great run in the program. As you mentioned, Brett, the most seniors that Coach Brian Keller has had in his program since 2008. And if I remember back that far, that might have been guys like Zach Raby and a few others that were they had very good football teams back then. I mean, we're talking teams that were 7-3 type football teams. And so kind of a bittersweet day for a lot of these kids. They'll do a double, or they'll do a reverse. Flag thrown. This is probably going to come back. Pass downfield is going to be caught by Youngblood, and it's out of bounds, but a flag on the play in the backfield.
So much happened on that play. Not only a trick play, that's number 15 that came in. He was split out on the side. He's the backup quarterback, Dylan Laughlin
Holding,
from Sergeant
offense, number 59, 10-yard penalty, replay first down.
So even erase that.
Yeah, well, there was a lot that happened on that play anyway. Not a great throw, but he threw it to the right spot. It was a great catch downfield there by the receiver for BV. But that's kind of what you run into, Jeff, when you do some of those trick plays, is you don't practice them that often, unlike your normal normal plays. And so when you don't practice them, there's chances are there could be a holding or a penalty of some sort. That's exactly what happened there for the Beavers.
So first and long here for Buena Vista. Out of the pistol is Cole Miller. Looking to throw, pressure's on. Far side, it is complete. What a grab that was. Great catch by Charlie Flickinger. 6'1", 180-pound senior.
Great throw by Cole Miller to get BV's offense back to 2nd and 9 here now. Picked up a big chunk of yards after that holding penalty, set him back 10.
2nd and 9 here for Buena Vista. Same formation, that pistol offense. Miller's got some time. He runs into trouble, spinning. And here comes Garnis, who bulldogs him out of bounds.
Garnis all over the field. We mentioned a 8-man player from Colorado, and has a chance to go over 100 tackles for the season here and increase his conference leading tackle margin here. He's not the biggest guy, but man, he gets around and he's all over the field making plays. Good thing they have him for 2 more years too.
Yeah. He'll develop into something special here in the next couple of years for Coach Keller. He's already developed into a great player anyway. And he could be even better here before too long.
6 foot 215. Okay, he's decent size.
Hand off around left side, slipping up on the turf was Kobe Martin Jr. I think the turf monster might have got him that time. He slipped and fell, and that's 4th down here for Buena Vista.
Well, here's your chance to get good field position now with a solid return. BV, not the best punting team in the conference by any means. They do lead the conference in punt returns, but this is obviously a punting situation here for BV.
Caleb Hall will punt. And Shaka Taylor waiting the return. Here's a punt. Nice spiraling kick. And Taylor signals fair catch. They're going to mark him at the 23-yard line.
Jeff, you're in the heart of the high school football playoff season. I know you called the Lincoln Southeast Omaha Burke game last night.
Yeah, that was kind of a tough one to watch for Southeast. You know, their quarterback, Jonpe Gergen, who had been their starter, went down with a knee injury or some sort of leg injury, we believe, last week against Lincoln Southwest, and then it was Colby Daffer who came in and was the hero for them in that win over Southwest. And then last night they ran into a buzzsaw in Omaha Burke here as Shaka Taylor moves left, and he is still on his feet. He's trying to get more yards out of it, and they're going to limit his forward progress, I think, to about the 32-yard line, 33, about 33-yard line, about a yard short of the first down. But Burke, right now, they've got so many weapons, and you got a couple of Nebraska recruits, too, and Chris Hickman is a good wide receiver. Nick Henrich was not in the lineup. He was also dealing with an injury for Burke. But a great balance in offense, running and passing. The thing that got them was penalties, but Southeast was, a little bit outmatched, I think. But Southeast, I think next year, you give them a chance to kind of regroup for next year. I think they'll be really, really decent and much better than what they were this year, as Taylor gets the carry here on 2nd and short and gets to the 35-yard line. But Lincoln football in general this fall, Brett, you've seen these teams in recent years, when you worked over at Channel 8. But this year, this was such a better performance year for all the teams in Lincoln. Look at Northeast. They were a team that finished 5-4 under first-year head coach Shane Zimmerman. Much better performance. You look at Southeast, how they really bounced back. Southwest, Lincoln High had another great year.
Yeah, I was
and
disappointed
there was
to
a
see
lot
them
of
lose in the first round.
disappointment where they got beat in the first round by
back-to-back years. That's tough.
Well, 3 years in a row that's happened.
Yeah.
And that I did that game with Elkhorn South last week as Curdy passed the flat, complete, 40, 45, almost to the 50-yard line, and ran out of bounds. On the far side of the field was Ryan Lawrence, the freshman out of Millard South, who gets it up to midfield for Wesleyan. But really, everybody in town, even Lincoln Lutheran, has had a great season. You look in Class B, Waverly, they're in the state semifinals next Friday.
Yeah, good
against
for Tim
Scott.
Williams and the Vikings. That's huge. They're hosting.
Yeah, they're hosting. And the thing is, Waverly's had a pipeline of players that have come play here at Nebraska, or at Nebraska Wesleyan. Grant McGill is a prime example. But, the area teams, Norris they had a great year too. Seward.
Yep.
They all had great seasons.
Yeah, they wait till I leave Channel 8, and then they all have a good year.
Here's Shaka Taylor flag going to be thrown. This might be against Wesleyan. Maybe a hold or a block in the back. But right now, Lincoln football is much better than what it was.
It's in a better place, yeah.
It's really gotten a lot better, and it could be better here in the next couple of years with the way Southeast has had a resurgence, and now Southwest could continue to rebuild. Or continue to build, I should say. Lincoln High may be rebuilding. Northeast will continue to improve. East will continue to improve, too.
Holding.
East is another
Offense,
team.
Number 5, 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Another penalty on Nebraska Wesleyan's offense.
And we can't forget about Pius. Pius and East were the two other playoff teams in Lincoln this year.
Yeah.
They all had great seasons. So
5 Class A Lincoln teams made the playoffs, right?
And then 1 in C1, and then the 2 area Class B schools, Waverly and Norris, within the Lancaster County parameter, all making the playoffs. That's a good turnout. And you got 1 now in the semifinals next weekend. But, yeah, it's hard to believe the high school football season's almost over with.
It's hard to believe Wesleyan's season.
This
is
being
it.
the last day of the season for Wesleyan today. Here is Curdy. Running to the far side, he's going to run out of bounds around the 41-yard line.
There was nowhere to throw the football. I was watching the downfield coverage by BV.
Good coverage.
Yeah, they're surprising me a lot on, for a team that's dead last in the American Rivers Conference. They're 1-7 overall, 0-6 in conference play. They're the only team in the American Rivers Conference that has not won a league game. Even Luther has won a game. I would assume that Luther's win was probably over BV, but Wesleyan picked up a win over Luther just a couple of weeks ago. Wesleyan's offense, they're coming off a tough loss at Dubuque where they gave up a lot of points defensively, but offensively they set a season high in points scored at 35 and total offense with 486 yards last week against Dubuque.
Here's Curdy again on 2nd and long. Wounded duck pass. That's going to be picked off and intercepted. What a play that was defensively for Buena Vista. Picking off that pass was Michael Herwig.
Yeah, that's Curdy's second pick that he's thrown today, and he has now thrown 8 picks on the season. This one was kind of a wounded duck, and basically Skurjanic had to play defensive back on this one and try to limit the BV returner from, or DB from not only making that catch but possibly getting a return. And that's 2 picks. Very easily could have been 3 today for Curdy.
Here is Miller on 1st and 10 from the 28. In the flat far side, it is complete. And knocked out of bounds over there was Ross Adamson out of Indianola, Iowa.
That'll be a good scene on Friday night when Waverly hosts Omaha Skutt Catholic there in the semifinals. Waverly, I think I saw, hasn't hosted a playoff game since 2004. Does that sound right?
Well,
or a semifinal game?
They have not played in a semifinal since 2004.
Okay.
And the last time that was against Pius over at Aldridge Field. In fact, the following week, Pius won the state championship against McCook. Nice little slant route. Pacheco with the catch gets the first down, stopped at the 44-yard line. So that's his over 1,000 receiving yards for the season for Eric Pacheco. Only a sophomore out of Kearney Catholic.
He'll be a first-team all-conference selection, no doubt.
Oh, you bet. We'll continue the thought about Waverly here in a moment. Running around right side. Wurge working out to the right side. He's going to be flipped up and stopped by Cortez right around the 50-yard line. But Waverly, I believe, if I did my research correct, this is the third time in 38 years that they've made the semifinals in Class B. 2004 most recently, that was against Pius, and in 1980, the year they won the state championship against McCook.
Tim Williams couldn't happen to a better guy.
Oh, he's done a great job over there.
Former assistant at Millard South, wasn't
Yes.
he, before he came to Waverly?
No flag. Wesleyan fans looking for the hold on Grant Bednar, who was trying to get into the pocket and take Miller. But Miller runs out of bounds, no penalty flag thrown. But Tim Williams has really done a great job with those kids. There you see the replay. But you go back 2004, Mike Johnson, who's now an assistant at Wesleyan, helped coach Waverly for many years out there, and that's when they were running the wishbone.
Oh, man.
And they ran the wishbone to perfection out there.
I have not seen the wishbone in a while.
Let's just say Barry Switzer would be very proud of how well they ran that wishbone offense. Timeout taken that time by Buena Vista. We're just under 8 minutes left here in this first half. 6-0 our score. Buena Vista with the lead here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
When you're out to make a difference in the world, begin by exploring what inspires you at Nebraska Wesleyan University. The bridge between you and meaningful, unforgettable experiences. Designed from personal attention to internships to translate into success in your career and life. A place of powerful learning designed to explore you, discover you, propel you. Nebraska Wesleyan University. NWU.
Just under 8 minutes to go here in this first half. Still 6-0 Buena Vista over Nebraska Wesleyan. We're talking about the wishbone offense.
We played against a team my senior year in high school. I'm from Iowa. We played Sigourney Keota, and they ran the wing T, so they had spinner backs, and it was impossible to really tell who had the ball. It was basically, wing backs, kind of where a tight end would see, or an H-back would sit and then like a fullback type right behind the quarterback, and boy, it was just hard to defend. You had to have great eye discipline.
Here is Miller. Wurge gets the carry, breaking tackles, got the first down, and boy, they're having all sorts of trouble trying to take him down. Finally, it was Cody Robinson who came in for Wesleyan to make the tackle.
Yeah, he's listed at 5'10", 200. Kind of a big load back there.
Take a look at this again. Great blocking up ahead, too. And it took Robinson and maybe a few others. Huvendick was over there, too, to take him down. But the wing T, the wishbone, a lot of those offenses that you would see for many years have kind of faded out because everybody's going to the pistol formation or a spread offense, or they'll even run the option. Here's Miller eluding Bednar, and he's going to be taken down instead from behind. Big stop that time by Nebraska Wesleyan's Hayden Penny. Sophomore out of Arlington, just north of Omaha. There you see it again here on the replay. Bednar tried to get to him first.
Yeah, great pressure there. That's just sticking with the play. Great job there by Hayden Penny, able to trip up Cole Miller and bring him down for a loss.
Under 7 to go here, first half, second and long here for Buena Vista. Here is Miller, eluding a tackle, stumbling, and taken down by Bednar, and going to be short of the 30-yard line at the 31 of Wesleyan.
You need to credit Hayden Penny, though, again, for tripping Cole Miller up there.
Yeah, that was a good job that time, good pursuit. As you see this again, there you see the open right there for Penny to get through, and then Bednar comes in to finish him off.
Yeah, just caught enough of his shoelace there and grabbed him around the foot, enough to trip Cole Miller and get him off of unbalanced a little bit, and and then Bednar coming in for the sack. 3rd and long situation now. This is big for Wesleyan at this point of the field, too.
Same thing for Buena Vista. They got to get a big play right here. As Miller looks to throw, and here's Bednar trying to trip him. And then here comes Garnis, who comes in with a sack. Wow.
That's how you play defense, Jeff. That'll get the crowd fired up, too. These Wesleyan fans, they've long had a great defensive tradition, and these fans respect when great defensive plays, and that's 3 essentially sacks in the backfield there in a row for Nebraska Wesleyan, and able to force a punt here, and hopefully I'd bring the house. I'd try to block this thing. What do you got to lose?
That was a stone-cold move that time. And they almost tried to do it, but and let that thing bounce again in the end zone. Touchback?
Has to be.
It was right there on that line.
Well, but they had 2 referees looking right down the line, so, yep, touchback.
Yep, okay. So that's what we'll see. But Garnis again with a big defensive play.
You know, Jeff, when your offense is struggling on a day like this, it's 6-0 right now, quarter and a half through the game. You know, we've played 20 minutes, or we've almost near halftime, and in a game like this, when your offense is struggling, when you can come up with big defensive plays like that, maybe it'll get your offense going a little bit here.
So Jonathan Curdy from the 20. Skurjanic in motion. They'll fake the jet sweep, and they'll give it to Taylor. And Taylor, finding his way through traffic, gets 7 yards up to the 27-yard line. But what's interesting to note, Brett, is that the defense has kind of dictated things for both teams.
Yeah, that's right.
Except for the quick 10-yard toss to Pacheco for Buena Vista off of that interception.
Exactly. It gave him great field position off the interception. So other than that, it's kind of been a stalemate here.
Yeah, it really has. Neither team offensively has set the world on fire. As Curdy finds Curtis on a quick pitch and catch. 50. Down the near side, going to be forced out of bounds in Buena Vista territory. They'll put him right at about the 41.
Great timing on that throw. Curdy able to hit Curtis, and if he just wouldn't have stumbled right there, he might have had more chance to get more yards, but great pursuit by BV. But there you go. Coming off a huge defensive possession with 3 sacks in a row. Now the offense gets something going. They're into BV territory here. Finish off this drive, get some points on the board, punch it into the end zone.
Trips on the far side, on the right, on the upper part of the screen. Curdy going to find someone on a pitch and catch and a slant route. Pelkey gets it, spinning, still on his feet, finally thrown down inside the 15-yard line. They'll spot him at the 14.
Pelkey coming off a 6-catch, 107-yard, 3-touchdown performance last week in that loss to Dubuque. He's caught a touchdown in 5 straight games. He's 5th in school history with 16 career touchdown receptions. He has 8 this year. That's tied for 2nd in the league. Hopefully they can maybe look for him again here and get into the end zone. Great play.
3.5 to go here before halftime. Wesleyan trying to put one in. Pistol formation here for Curdy. Taylor behind him. They're going to go to Taylor on the handoff, and Taylor, trying to break tackle, is going to be stopped at the 10-yard line. Want to mention, too, last night, the Nebraska Wesleyan men's basketball team played an exhibition against longtime GPAC rival Doane, and the Wesleyan men won 79-66.
Defending national champs. I'm excited for them. See what this season entails.
It's hard to believe that it's been since March that they won that national title. And I have to pinch myself sometimes to really come to the realization that they won a national title. I mean, you think about it, they were close so many years ago. They had a great run in the 80s where they were close and finished 3rd. Of course, they were runner-up in 1997, too. Curdy throws a pass knocked away. It was intended for Pelkey. It goes incomplete. Carl Coleman knocks the ball away.
Yeah, and they have a lot of local guys. Ryan Garver, the former Lincoln Northeast Rocket, was he not the conference player of the year last year?
Yeah.
So he's back. And who'd they lose really?
Deion Wells-Ross is the only guy they lost at the starting position.
Yeah, they'll be exciting again to watch this year, I would think.
And we will, by the way, have some of those games here on LNK TV. Our first games are coming up on November 28th. Bring you a women's and men's doubleheader. Wednesday after Thanksgiving. Keller in motion. Here's Curdy. Pitch and catch. Taylor, 5. Crosses the pylon. Touchdown, Nebraska Wesleyan. That's huge.
That's the school record right there. 28 total career touchdowns for Shaka Taylor. The senior running back has now broken the record. He now has the rushing record, all-purpose yards, and now total career touchdowns. He's 4th in receptions. I think that's where he's going to stand, if I remember right. But there you go. Finally, big moment for the senior.
And Jackson Hines to attempt the point after. Kick is up, and it is good, and the Prairie Wolves take control. With 2.5 minutes left here before halftime. Prairie Wolves now lead at 7-6.
When you're out to make a difference in the world, begin by exploring what inspires you at Nebraska Wesleyan University. The bridge between you and meaningful, unforgettable experiences, designed from personal attention to internships to translate into success in your career and life. A place of powerful learning designed to explore you, discover you, propel you. Nebraska Wesleyan University, NWU.
There you see the broadcast schedule here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network for men's and women's basketball. Central College is coming up this month on the 28th. Then we begin January with Wartburg in town. Simpson will be here in Lincoln February 6th, and on February 13th, Coe College. I'll wrap up our Nebraska Wesleyan basketball coverage later on in the season here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Tell you what, when Coach Dale Wellman came in, this will be his 4th year, going into his 4th year. So, when he came in here a couple years ago, man, and I was at a game early on in the season just filming some highlights for Channel 8, and I come, I get maybe a couple highlights. Well, they hit like 15 three-pointers in the first half of this game that I was at, and I was like, wow.
And Pacheco is stuffed. He only gets up to about the 12-yard line, and that's it.
Just an exciting brand of basketball to watch. And that's back when Trey Bardsley, the Beatrice grad, was playing and, scoring almost 30 points a game. And, man, they've just been fun to watch over the last few years.
Dale Wellman, of course, was the coach of the year last year. And, we've had him come speak at our Sportscasters Club banquet for KFOR a couple of times here in recent years. And the thing about Coach Wellman is that you think a lot of people bring note cards, index cards to look at. Everything from his mind and heart. And he really does a great job of speaking to kids as pass is complete over here on the right side. It is Ross Adamson who made the grab for Buena Vista. Gets it up to about the 17-yard line. But Coach Wellman, very sincere and from the heart, and just telling kids that, that are going into life, after high school or pursuing their career or maybe continuing their athletic career on what they need to do. And very inspirational. And obviously it shows because look at the teams that he's had in recent years, including last year's team winning the national championship with only 3 losses. Miller gets a pass off. It's overthrown on the far side, incomplete. But it's a reflection of how he is as a coach, how he is as a person, how he cares about the kids and the program. And he's really put new life into this athletic program, too.
I'm going to test you brought up the 97 team. Who are some of the guys that you remember? Do you remember on that 97 Western basketball team?
Well, former teammate of mine in Northeast, and a guy you know well, too, is B.J. Nannon. Isaac Russell, who played here. He was from Norris, and then the Bosinger boys from Norris.
Oh, yeah.
Chris and Marcus. Chet Ideas from down the road in Adams. I'm trying to remember who else. Corey Adams, who I played against him in grade school, junior high, and high school when he was at Southeast. And He played over here. In fact, he worked over at our station for a couple of years, too, as an account executive.
So a lot of local guys back on
yeah,
that, on that team that year.
A lot of local talent back then. And you see that with this group of kids now at Wesleyan. There's a lot of local talent.
Almost blocked that punt.
Taylor gets it at the 49, signals a fair catch. So the Wolves will get it at their own 49-yard line. But, yeah, it's a reflection. You see that with this year's group, last year's group, recent years, more local kids. And if you can get that draw, that's going to be huge. And I think what happened, we've seen a couple of transfers come in here to Wesleyan, one from Concordia, the Reimers kid from Lincoln East that you and I have seen in recent years.
Yep, his brother plays football at Nebraska, and Clay.
Clay's the one that's here at Wesleyan.
Yep, Clay's here, yep.
Here's Curdy on 1st and 10. It's Curtis who makes the catch around the 40-yard line as he ran out of bounds.
Really feel like there is a little bit of momentum here going for Nebraska Wesleyan now. That's back-to-back great defensive possessions, able to force a 3-and-out on this last one for BV, and the offense starting to now get some rhythm, get things going.
Pass on the far side complete. Looks like it's Brant Barth that time who made the catch, and he is brought down.
A little bit of tempo here, kind of going no huddle for Wesleyan. Running down about under a minute and a half to go here before halftime.
I think they want to extend that lead if they can. They want to extend that. Here is Curdy rolling right, or left rather, and going to be corralled around the 35, 34-yard line.
Curdy rolls left. He is finally brought down by Caleb Hall.
Timeout Wesleyan. That leaves them with just one left. 1:06 here to go before halftime with a 1-point lead. Third and 6 coming up now at the 36. And I don't know what the field goal range is for Nebraska Wesleyan, but right now, if you don't advance the ball, you're looking at about a 53-yarder, or you could possibly be in 4-down territory.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, you just have that one timeout left, and even if you can get 3 points on the board here, it would be great. So first, start with picking up this first down, move the sticks here on 3rd and 6, and I'd look for a quick hitter, quick sort of slant to either Pelkey, who's lining up on the far side out there, split in, and then Derek Curtis down here, the big tall target on the near side, running some sort of quick slant, try and pick up over the middle the 6 yards they need here to get the first down.
So a 3rd down here for Wesleyan. Here is Curdy.
There's Curtis.
And Curtis with the catch. Circles around, gets inside the 20, going to be stopped around the 15-yard line. What a nice little pitch and catch that time.
Derek Curtis is playing with emotion. When I filled in for the Central game earlier in the year, I saw Derek Curtis after the game, and I went and just said, hey, good job, keep your head up. And he said, you know what, I only have 4 or 5 of these games left. So he knows this is it for him, and he's playing with his heart on the line today.
Curdy, pass. Incomplete. It was intended for Derek Curtis in the end zone.
We got a personal foul, late hit, something back here in the backfield.
We do have a protocol violation.
And it's going to be against Wesleyan. Joey Mueller, I think, was pleading his case, so it might be an infraction against him.
Well, I was watching the ball throwing down.
Personal foul, offense number 74. 15 yards from the previous spot, first down.
Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah, I saw 2 Wesleyan linemen down here in the backfield near Curdy where the ball was thrown, kind of laying on one of the BV defenders. I didn't see exactly what happened, but we don't get an explanation. We just get the penalty, and that's about it.
Yeah.
We need more, Jeff. We need more.
Elaborate. Curdy. He'll scramble. And he's going to be forced out of bounds around the 22-yard line.
Good job of getting out of bounds, though, and picking up some yards here to possibly get back into field goal range. Stop the clock with 38.8 seconds left to go, and let's see where they spot the ball. But now you're in field goal range here, I would think. So with that one timeout left now, 2nd down. Let's see if you can't try to punch it in the end zone. That'd be the best result possible here.
Curdy Looking to throw. He got somebody far side and in the back corner, out of bounds, incomplete. Pelkey was the guy that caught the ball, but he was out of bounds. Good look.
Purdy's pass intended for Bradley Pelkey.
So third down here.
Ball out the back of the end zone.
And then if you can't get anything going here, yeah, you obviously go for the field goal.
Do you take a shot at the end zone here on 3rd and 16 from the 21 though, or do you try to maybe pick up? BV call that timeout?
Yeah, timeout going to be called by Buena Vista.
Okay.
We'll keep it here though with 31.7 seconds left. I would say why not go for it here on third down and
go for the end, take a shot at the end zone?
Why not? And if it doesn't work, then if you get an incompletion out of it,
kick the field goal.
Go for the field goal. Why not?
Yeah, points are always good. You could look at it on the other side here is maybe try to pick up a chunk, call a timeout, go for it on 4th down, but then you're out of timeouts, and then the clock's going to run against you. So get the ball up to Derek Curtis, the big guy. Derek, he's our Lincoln Northeast fellow. He's 6'3" at least, isn't he? He's listed at 6'1", 215, but I've stood next to him.
I think he's about 6'2".
Yeah.
He's a pretty tall kid.
You're always supposed to list yourself a little bit taller in the roster, and you'd put 6'8". You only you're.
I'm about 6'6".
6'6", but
yeah,
it's an intimidation.
6'7", maybe 6'8". 6'8" would be a stretch. And now, Pelkey, there's a pass interference flag that comes out. And that was kind of late as Pelkey turned around to the side judge over there and said, hey, wait a minute, he's hanging on to me.
Yeah, or you can have a result like that. You take a shot like that and get a pass interference penalty, and now you're even closer. You save the timeout. Only about 6 seconds ran off the game clock. Yeah, that was an obvious pass interference down the sideline over there by the front pylon.
I'm trying to think who else was.
Pass interference. Defense, number 24. This is the goal. Automatic first down.
I'm trying to remember some of those other kids that were on that 97 national runner-up team.
Oh, they were national runner-up that year?
They were national runner-up.
Wow.
Illinois Wesleyan.
That's who beat them in the championship game?
Yep. I think before this last year, that might have been one of the best teams ever assembled in Wesleyan history. As Curdy scrambles, and he's taken down. Clock will stop with 18.3 seconds to go.
Timeout.
And Wesleyan's going to burn a timeout.
Well, I know if that 97 team finished runner-up, it wasn't a lack of B.J. Nannon hoisting up 3-pointers. I would assume, just knowing what I know about him. So he had a great career though at Lincoln Northeast, and he was part of some great teams with you, and you guys had one heck of a run in the mid-90s there.
We played 4 years together up there. We were both lettermen on the varsity as freshmen, and B.J. of course had a much better career, much better. And could rifle that three from pretty much anywhere on the floor. And then he came over here to Wesleyan and played for Todd Raridan over here. And that just added their arsenal of talent. And, again, you get the local talent, not necessarily from here in Lincoln, but you get them from anywhere in southeast Nebraska. You get up toward the Omaha area. You get players that can play, and they buy into your system. Obviously good things are going to happen, and that's what happened last year with this team. And you only lose Dion Wells-Ross. 4 of your 5 starters are back. That's a good sign right there if you're Wesleyan. Second down here, Curdy. And it's intercepted. For the 3rd time today, the pass is picked off. And it's intercepted by Colby Laughlin. And a flag coming out.
After the play. I'm pretty sure that interception is going to stand.
I'm sure it will.
I'm pretty sure he had Curtis on the post route, wide open in the end zone. Sometimes you just try to force the ball a little bit too much. I know the final game of my career, we played Bemidji State in the Metrodome. I was 1 passing touchdown shy of tying the school record. I threw 3 picks that game, no touchdowns. 2 of the picks were in the end zone.
Oh, geez.
Just kind of pressed a little bit sometimes, and you try to throw it into a tighter window, make bad reads, and Curdy's kind of struggling a little bit here today with that.
Let's get the official word.
Is an interception by Buena Vista. Of a dead ball, personal foul, defense number 42, unnecessary roughness. Half this the goal, first down.
So that's what the penalty was. By the way, how was it playing up at the Metrodome?
I was fortunate enough to play 3 out of my 4 years. Back when we were in the Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference, which still Wayne State still is, but it's just expanded now, so they don't get to play there anymore. So I got to play 3 out of the 4 years. The only reason we didn't play there 1 year is I think because the Vikings and the Gophers both had a home game that weekend. So, but it was pretty cool. It's kind of odd playing in a 70,000 seat stadium when there's only 1,100 people there at 9 o'clock at night, but it was still fun.
I've seen the Twins play baseball up there before. That was unique, to say the least. We're at the break. Time runs out. A close one here on Senior Day at Able Stadium. When we come back, we'll bring you more halftime activities, including our P-Wolves profile, plus an interview with Nebraska Wesleyan President Dr. Fred Oles. That's all coming up after this, as Nebraska Wesleyan leads Buena Vista at the break 7-6 on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
When you're out to make a difference in the world, begin by exploring what inspires you at Nebraska Wesleyan University. The bridge between you and meaningful, unforgettable experiences, designed from personal attention to internships to translate into success in your career and life. A place of powerful learning designed to explore you, discover you, propel you. Nebraska Wesleyan University, NWU.
Oh, hi there. Sorry, couldn't see you at first. I'm Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy, and it's first Filter Friday, so I'm just checking my furnace filter here. Looks like it's about time for a clean one, which I just happen to have right here. You know, a small investment today can really reduce your heating costs and improve your efficiency. You can really see the savings. For more tips like this, visit us at les.com or do a search for LES Video Vault on YouTube. We will see you next time.
Welcome back to Able Stadium here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network. I'm Jeff Modes. I'm joined here by Nebraska Wesleyan President Dr. Fred Oles. Dr. Oles, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome, Jeff. Glad to be with you.
Well, we're midway through the academic year, Dr. Oles. Kind of give us a progress report on what's going on here on campus.
Yes, Jeff. The most exciting thing of all, 6 weeks from today, we take possession of the Dwayne W. Ackley Hall of Science. That's a thrill for us. Our departments of psychology, chemistry, biology will be in that building. And it's been fully funded by the Bold Designs campaign for Nebraska Wesleyan. So that's a really big deal. And then, as you know, we brought in our largest first-year class ever. We're looking to have growth all across the board over the coming years. And the last thing I want to mention in regard to academics is that 9 of our pre-med students got early admission to UNMC. That's nearly 20% of the group that UNMC took in early. We're very proud of them.
And some of that momentum's continuing for student athletes, too, on campus?
It is for sure, Jeff. Our women's cross-country team took the conference championship for the 3rd time in a row last weekend. The men had a strong finish at 3rd. And then our men's soccer team, they got into the playoff tournament in the conference, lost a heartbreaker on kicks. And then our Shaka Taylor here on the football team is setting records with his rushing. So very pleased with that. And men's basketball is just starting up.
And they got a win in an exhibition game over Doane.
They did. A 13-point victory, a nicely played game. 2 good teams, and our guys had the advantage.
And they're preseason #1, according to D3Hoops.com. Dr. Oles, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome, Jeff. Glad to be here.
We'll take a break. We'll come back to Able Stadium with more in just a moment on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
When you're out to make a difference in the world, begin by exploring what inspires you at Nebraska Wesleyan University. The bridge between you and meaningful, unforgettable experiences, designed from personal attention to internships to translate into success in your career and life. A place of powerful learning designed to explore you, discover you, propel you. Nebraska Wesleyan University, NWU.
Joining me now for our P-Wolves profile is Grant Bednar, a senior defensive end on the Nebraska Wesleyan football team from Grand Island, one of the top defensive linemen on the team, but wears many other hats off the field as well. Grant wanted to talk about that a little bit. List some of the other activities and things that you're involved in outside of football.
Sure. I'm involved in Student Affairs Senate here at Nebraska Wesleyan. I'm a PRE chair, which means I'm the Public Relations and Elections Committee chair. So that definitely keeps me busy in my off times when I'm not around with football. But I'm also involved in Pre-Health Club, Tri Beta Honorary for biology majors. And so those all keep me busy here at Nebraska Wesleyan. I'm also an organic chemistry tutor, so that definitely keeps me busy.
Yeah, it sounds like that would all keep you very busy. You were nominated for Homecoming King, too, this year.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I was. That was a great honor and something that I was not expecting, but it was definitely a fun experience, and I'm glad that I'm humbled that I had the opportunity to do that, and that was fun.
Now, tell me a little bit more about tutoring. What is that like?
It's a really great opportunity here at Nebraska Wesleyan. Just if you're struggling in a class, there's a lot of different places you can go for help. The professors are great here, but I offer organic chemistry tutoring for those students who need it in Organic 1 and 2, and that's a big help. I know it was for me when I had to get tutored, and so it's just a nice resource for those students to have.
Now, you went on a mission to Ecuador. Tell me about that.
Yeah, this summer I went on a medical missions trip to Ecuador, and it was definitely an eye-opening experience. And it was, you don't really get a lot of experience here in the United States. You can, but just going in a different country, going to South America, was just a great experience and really eye-opening, and got to see a lot of different things and really opened my eyes to the healthcare field, and very humbled to be able to do that.
That maybe has kind of changed your view on what you want to do in the future?
Sure. Yep. I was going to apply to physician assistant school this summer, and kind of had a heart-to-heart with a lot of the physicians on that trip, and kind of my faculty advisors here at Nebraska Wesleyan, and they kind of suggested that I'd think about medical school, and it's something that wasn't really on my radar, and now I'm kind of weighing out all my options to see what's best for me and what fits best for me, and so that's kind of a big decision here after football, is just trying to decide what I want to do. Both are great options, but
what was it like in Ecuador compared to the United States?
Oh, it was a lot different. We take a lot of things for granted here in the United States with healthcare, especially.
That's what you gotta have, folks.
A lot of the rural communities in Ecuador don't have access to hospitals or healthcare at all, and some of the simple procedures that we might consider simple here weren't so simple back there, just because it's been undiagnosed, a lot of their conditions, and so that's something that I really took back with me, is not take for granted what we have in the United States, and we're so blessed with all the opportunities we do have here.
Talk about your high school sports career in Grand Island.
Absolutely. I loved playing football in high school. Was a defensive end at Grand Island, and I had a great coach at Grand Island. Jeff Tomlin is an incredible man, incredible coach. So that really prepared me for collegiate football for sure. I'm very blessed to be able to have gone to Grand Island. It's a great high school. So yeah.
And you were valedictorian of your class.
I was, yeah. That's one of 15. So I can't. It was Grand Island is a great opportunity. Like I said, they have a lot of, I got a lot of college credit there, so that made the transition to Wesleyan a lot easier.
Yeah.
So definitely.
Now, what are some of your academic successes here at Wesleyan?
I don't know. I just love being in a lot of different classes. I love the liberal arts college. You get exposed to a lot of different things. I didn't really have an interest in any other subjects except biology, and I kind of took a few business classes here at Nebraska Wesleyan. I actually picked up a business minor, and that's just what's great about a liberal arts college, is that you get the whole experience and kind of dip your toes into different subjects that you wouldn't really find an interest in, and I actually found an interest in business as well. So that's what I love Wesleyan, just a lot of the different opportunities you can get.
Well, Grant, thanks very much. Congratulations on your successes so far. Good luck in the future.
Thank you so much, Dick. I appreciate it.
Grant Bednar, defensive lineman at Nebraska Wesleyan, and P-Wolves Profiles are brought to you by Joyce Sherwood, financial professional with Central Financial Services, Andy Van Horn and the Van Horn team at State Farm, Emo Flooring just south of Highway 2 on 14th Street, the Wild Bird Habitat Store, Rotella's Italian Bakery, and Leach Camper Sales.
Lincoln Electric System is proud to serve the Lincoln area. We can't imagine a better community to work for, so we owe it to our customers and team members to be something even better. That's why we're striving to be the world's best energy company. The kind of people who work for us are the kind of people who will get us there. Reliable people who believe in safety, integrity, and most of all, serving their neighbors. And at LES, the professionals who work here stay here. The reasons are many. You'll get the technology and training you need to succeed and advance. Benefits that allow you to take care of your family's needs and goals. You'll do important work to help create a sustainable energy future for us all. If you are starting your professional journey with LES, you will gain experience in our wide-ranging internship programs. At the end of the day, people stay here, we believe, for a very simple reason. LES is a great place to work, to build a career, and to do something that matters. It's all because we are local people serving local people.
You're watching Prairie Wolves football on the Nebraska Wesleyan University Sports Network.
Back here at Able Stadium on a dreary Saturday afternoon in Lincoln. There you see the score, 7-6. Nebraska Wesleyan head of Buena Vista here at the break. We're getting ready for the start of the second half. So we take a look at the first half stats for both of these teams. And there you see the situation. Total yards, Nebraska Wesleyan really has rebounded after a slow start with 203 total yards. The difference, though, is the turnovers. Wesleyan's committed 3 versus nothing for Buena Vista, but how about defensively? 3 sacks for the Prairie Wolves, only 1 for Buena Vista.
Those sacks all came on that one possession from as well. And you mentioned the 3 turnovers. Jonathan Curdy very easily could have had 4 thrown interceptions. One was dropped by a BV defensive back. They've also put the ball on the turf a couple times, one on a kick return and then one Shaka Taylor on that little swing route earlier. But, of course, Nebraska Wesleyan has more total yards. BV has not, besides that their score, their 6 points that they got the touchdown, that was based off of great field position off the turnover. This Nebraska Wesleyan defense is holding BV in check, especially Eric Pacheco, the all-star wide receiver for Buena Vista from Kearney Catholic. He only has 3 catches for 35 yards. He does have the 1 touchdown, though.
Folks, want to tell you about Quality Water Services of Lincoln for helping sponsor Nebraska Wesleyan broadcasts. Founder Jack Lorenzen left his career in manufacturing to pursue his dream of providing families with clean, safe, and soft water. So Jack truly cares about the lives he impacts and strives to deliver quality water to Nebraska and beyond. Contact Quality Water Services at 402-423-0909 or go to qualitywaterservices.com for more information. Also want to say thanks to Petro Family Dental Health out of Omaha at 144th and Dodge. You'll find a very relaxed and friendly atmosphere with early and lunchtime appointments available. So when it comes to your teeth, don't just pick any dental clinic. Go to where you'll feel like family. Contact Doctors Bimbo and Vince Petro, providing cosmetic dentistry, implants, and all preventative dental procedures. Call them at 402-397-4505 to schedule an appointment. Nebraska Wesleyan will kick off here to begin this second half. Buena Vista won the toss to begin the game. They opted to receive here to begin the second half. And so the Wolves will boot it away as Jackson Hines and company will get ready to kick it away. Actually, it won't be Jackson Hines to do it. It will be Jacob Ramsa who will boot it. here is the kick. And the ball dropped. Fair catch already signaled, but Ernest Jones dropped the ball, and then he started to move. He waited for the fair catch, and he retrieved it, but dropped it and then got it back.
Another penalty flag, and I don't know if this is the same referee that threw that flag earlier, but I just watched him throw it from the 40-yard line all the way down to the 15. That's a 25-yard toss on that penalty flag. He might have to ice his arm tomorrow after that one.
How much do those flags weigh?
Oh, they don't weigh a lot, but
when
you're throwing something that's that light and you heave it that far.
The ball will be placed at the spot of the muff. We have during the kick, legal block in the back. Number 85, the return team. Half the distance to the goal. First down, Buena Vista.
You know, Jeff, when we were doing our pregame stand-up at the beginning of the game, a ball came over towards us, and I got to throw it back to the quarterback. It was only a 10-yard throw, but I didn't stretch, so I hope I'm not sore tomorrow.
I wish we would have gotten that on video. You still got a good throwing motion.
It was a tight spiral, too. Great follow-through and everything.
Yeah, do you have eligibility left by chance?
No, I do not.
Okay.
That's all done with. I broke my collarbone the third game of my senior year, but we had a bye week, so I ended up coming back about 4 or 5 weeks later. It was on my throwing arm, too. I didn't have the same throwing motion, but I wanted to go out with my guys. On my senior class, I wanted to play the rest of the season with them, so I was able to come back for the last 4 games of that senior year.
Were you very limited, though, in throwing?
Oh, yeah, and I was throwing off my back foot because I didn't want to if I was going to take a hit, I didn't want to be out following through into it.
Here's Miller, and how about that? Hayden Penny with a sack. That's the 4th sack of the afternoon by the Nebraska Wesleyan defense.
Yeah, and Hayden Penny's had his hand on a few of those, or at least been involved in a couple of them, so he's playing really big time today. The Arlington grad, he's a sophomore, 6 foot, 250 pounds, number 52, having a big day here for the Prairie Wolf defense.
So third down here for Buena Vista. This will be 3rd and 8 from the 8-yard line. Here is Miller, pitch and catch to about the 10-yard line, stopped short that time. Pacheco was the receiver, and Huvendick for Wesleyan was over there. He's a senior.
Seniors making play on senior day. That's the way it's supposed to be, and they know this is it. This is the last 30 minutes of football that, let's face it, a lot of these guys are going to probably play in their life. Maybe they'll get lucky, a couple of them, to, join an indoor football team somewhere, but this is it. This is the last time they'll strap the shoulder pads and the helmet on.
Here's the punt. Takes a bounce around the 41, bounces across the 45. They're going to let that roll across midfield and let it be marked down at the Wesleyan 49-yard line. So good field positioning here for Wesleyan. We're about 2 minutes in to this third quarter. Again, 7-6 is the score as you see on the screen. It has been mostly defense. The offensive flow has not been consistent for both of these teams.
Not at all, but here's great field position to start this drive in the second half for Wesleyan.
Curdy out of the pistol. Here's Taylor on 1st and 10. And Taylor able to leap forward and stretch across, get it to the 44-yard line on that first play from scrimmage. So a 2nd and 3 coming up here for the Wolves.
Despite the 3 interceptions thrown by Jonathan Curdy, Wesleyan still with the lead in this game. They're pretty fortunate to have that lead. You always can sit here and play the what-if game. What if you didn't turn the ball over, throw those 3 interceptions? Where would we be out on the scoreboard here now?
No, that's definitely true. We'll see Skrjanek and Curtis split far side right. Now they'll send Curtis in motion. And a bad handle on the football there for Curdy off the low snap. And they're going to take a loss of yards. This will go back to the 48 of Buena Vista.
That is the most frustrating part as a quarterback in shotgun when you don't quite get the snap cleanly, or if it's low or if it's high. If it's off the mark, it just throws all the timing and the rest of the play off, and you're into a scramble mode. That looked like it was going to be a quarterback design run out of the gun, but it just threw off the timing a little bit, and Curdy not able to pick up any yards there.
Third, and we'll call it 7 for the Prairie Wolves. Curdy out of the gun, gets it. Looking to throw. Shaka Taylor gets it, stretching across the 40. They're going to mark him out at the 41. And that might be enough for a first down. Let's see, it's close.
They might have to bring the sticks in. It's all the way on the opposite.
No,
they're waving
saying,
it.
Nope, first down.
I don't think they wanted to go all the way across and bring the chains all the way over to this side of the field, so they're just going to go ahead and give it to them.
Give the chain gang
a
break.
That home field advantage right there. I mean, the chain guys probably had a hot dog at halftime, so they're kind of a little lethargic in this second half, so the referees were taking it easy on them there.
Well, they got to burn some calories. Here is Curdy. Another pitch and catch. Derek Curtis with the grab over here at about the 35-yard line. Pick up about 6. That's another kid that we're going to miss seeing is Derek Curtis.
Yeah, he's a former Channel 8 Runs a Student Athlete of the Month. We used to do that, reward a student for being a great student and a great athlete. So here I am, former Channel 8, covering him with that, and then now watching him play his last career game here at Wesleyan. Transfer from Morningside. He started his career out with the Mustangs up there.
Here's Curdy looking for Curtis again. Broken up that time by Jamori Greer. Well, Derek Curtis, I don't know if you knew this or not, he's a communications major and did some summer internship work at a local radio station. And in the last couple of years, he was also on the Nebraska Wesleyan basketball broadcasts on radio for KFOR for some home games.
He's gunning for our jobs, Jeff.
I know. Well, somebody's got to carry it on, don't they?
Yeah.
Far side, nice catch. Braley Keller, the son of Coach Brian Keller, former Northeast Rocket, gets the catch, gets the first down inside the 30, close to the 28.
Great throw, great catch, great concentration by Keller out there to move the sticks and keep this drive going. And the longer Wesleyan's offense can be on the field and limit BV's big play capability with Eric Pacheco, the better they'll be.
Braley Keller was one of our KFOR Sportscasters Club scholarship winners 2 years ago. Good student athlete. Here is Taylor, gets the carry. Taylor gets about, 3.5 on the pickup, maybe close to 4, down to the 25.
Jeff, we mentioned I playing in the Metrodome 3 out of my 4 years at Wayne State. I got two stories. One, my freshman year, third career start, first play of the game, play action, go deep down the sideline. We had a wide receiver from Florida, Tavares Jackson, huge play, end up winning the game. Did a TV interview after the game in Minneapolis, Metrodome thing. We finished like 4-7, but boy, I thought it was a big deal to be doing that.
How about Shaka Taylor? Gets the first down. He's corralled inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. So is that your first television debut, basically, before?
Yeah, that would have been the first. Well, yeah, that might have been the first time that I ever did a TV interview. I know a Sioux City TV station came down during spring ball, and then they'd come down and do. We'd have like a media day before the season. Yeah, I have an old tape of the spring ball interview where I had my sideburns down to about my neck and long hair. I think I dyed my hair blonde that year. And
did you have a goatee?
But I gave a great 10-second soundbite, just like the media likes.
Here's Taylor, nice spin move, but he stopped.
Yeah, I think I had a goatee at the time too. Yeah.
Taylor with no gain on the play.
Those were the days, the years. They slip by fast, Jeff.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why these guys need to take advantage of this playing their last senior game, because they'll never get to do it again.
Enjoy the moment. And, for this group of seniors, we talked about this. They've won the last 2 senior day games, 5 out of the last 6. They want to improve on that mark. As Curdy gets the snap out of the pistol again. And the ball is knocked down, incomplete. And it just seems like Buena Vista somehow has got a hand on Curdy, either getting their hand in the passing lane or they're there to pick off the ball.
The fewest points that BV's defense has given up in a conference game this year is 35. That's the fewest.
At the rate we're going, this could be it here. But still, 35 points, that's the fewest.
Yep. 3 of their losses this year, they've actually held a fourth quarter lead. We're not to the fourth quarter quite yet, but they've been in some games.
Play clock down to 2. Snap is off in time. Curdy, nice strike, and it's Curtis. No, they're going to say it was incomplete. Curtis said he caught the ball. Wow.
Too bad we don't have instant replay with the officials.
Yeah, and that's something that obviously they don't have at the Division III level, but they're going to bring out the field goal unit.
Yeah,
you need points.
We just saw the replay. He was kind of juggling that ball. That's probably a good call. It might have hit the ground. But you're right. You do need points. Take the points for sure.
Jackson Hines to attempt a 30-yard field goal. Snap of the hold. Here's the kick. It is up. Got distance. And it is good. So Jackson Hines, the senior, boots a 30-yarder with 8:33 to go, quarter number 3. And Wesleyan's lead is up to 4 now at 10-6. Come back after you see this on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
When you're out to make a difference in the world, begin by exploring what inspires you at Nebraska Wesleyan University. The bridge between you and meaningful, unforgettable experiences, designed from personal attention to internships to translate into success in your career and life. A place of powerful learning designed to explore you, discover you, propel you. Nebraska Wesleyan University, NWU.
Helping make Nebraska Wesleyan broadcast possible, the Tree Guys, taking care of Lincoln's trees for 25 years. The Tree Guys have the experience and the equipment to safely complete many different types of tree cutting services, from basic tree trimming and removal to emergency tree removal. Simply put, they can cut it. Call 402-438-8733 or go to LincolnTreeGuys.com for more information.
This is a true professional sitting to my left here, ladies and gentlemen. Jeff Motes reading the card off of his phone, small print. He's got it.
I still got decent vision at my age. On the return, Pacheco from the 5 gets up to about the 23-yard line. Looked like he tried to leapfrog over some Wesleyan defenders. And he goes down hard. And he gets helped up. But you know what? You got to do anything you can to make sure you get the live reads in.
Absolutely. Got to make some sacrifices and do what it takes and get the job done.
It would be, people would be amazed to see what we do behind the scenes here.
We need a reality.
You need a reality camera in here.
They wouldn't have seen. We would have cut off the footage though of me scarfing down Subway sandwiches at halftime though. So we wouldn't have put that in there.
And we got here a timeout taken. It looks like by Buena Vista. They'll burn their first timeout of the second half, but you got a 10-6 lead here for Wesleyan, and you got that 30-yarder there from Jackson Hines. Again, it's all about getting some points, trying to distance yourself more and more. And obviously, if you can tack on maybe another field goal, okay, you can force them to tie it or even take the lead for that matter. But still a lot of game time left here. We got 8:27 in the third quarter. You got another 15 minutes after this. But the most important thing, if you're not only Nebraska Wesleyan but Buena Vista, you got to establish some sustainability. And that's what you got to do. Hey, we're waving up here. They got a shot on us right there.
Oh, there you go.
Up here in the booth.
Thanks for that down there. There we go. It hasn't been pretty so far in this game on either side, but you can win an ugly game. A win's a win.
And at this point, that's what matters. A win is a win. Miller completes the catch. Reception made by Taylor Youngblood, who is the backup quarterback. And Garnis and Dexter were over there for Wesleyan. So a pickup of, 8? Up to the 33. Still out of that pistol formation. Miller. And the catch is made, reception made by Pacheco, and gets to the 40-yard line and gives him a first down.
I think that's just Pacheco's 4th catch of the day. If I have my numbers correct, he had 3 for 35 in the first half. So Nebraska Wesleyan's defense has done a pretty good job of keeping him controlled and contained and in front of them and not giving up really any big plays.
So they'll work from the 40, 1st and 10. It's a draw play for Miller. Oh, and he got hit hard. And now there's some pushing there as Alex Cruz came in and knocked down Miller to stop him, but then there was some pushing right there from somebody on that Buena Vista line.
There's been a little bit of that. We've seen some back and forth here today, a little aggressiveness. Yeah, he took a big lick there.
There's the push.
Alex Cruz coming up to make that stop on Miller.
Around left side, trying to break tackles. They got the first down. Minasucci was the guy that got the carry.
There we go. Minasucci.
The guy from Fremont.
Oh, he's a Fremont guy. Is he a Tiger? Or is he a Bergen, what's Bergen? Knights.
Well, we'll see if John Harris's crack staff is available. Get them to work on that research. Now Miller is in trouble, and he stumbles by his feet and falls down at the line of scrimmage. I think the turf monster or one of his linemen may have tripped him up.
Well, that's Penny getting pressure in the backfield again. He's had a monster day. Hayden Penny, the sophomore from Arlington. Wow. This guy's having a MVP type of day on defense for sure.
I think the turf monster got to him.
But when you're Hayden Penny, you got to say, hey, I was right there being able to make that play.
2nd and 10. Pacheco
what a catch.
He made the catch. Did he get the first down? He's close. Got a 9-yard pickup just outside the first down at the 36.
Great concentration here. Just kind of throws it up to him and separation from the cornerback. Look at that. Left hand hauls it in, able to stay in bounds, and not quite a first down, but still a good pickup.
Our crack staff just telling us that Minasucci went to UTAN.
They've had a pretty good football program here the last few years, haven't they?
Yeah. He gets the carry again. Look at that, breaking free, 20, flag thrown. This is probably going to come back. I think that's going to come back. Block in the back, downfield, it looks like maybe against Buena Vista.
We do have a flag on the field. A couple of them.
Let's get the official word here. Well, they're taking a long time to talk about this.
You know, there has just been no rhythm in this game from either side of the ball. It's just been kind of I don't know how to really explain this game, but
helter-skelter.
Helter-skelter. It's all over the place. And, we've seen turnovers. Both teams have had a lot of penalties so far. I mean, we've only had 2 combined touchdowns and 1 field goal, and really not a ton of, huge 20, 25-plus yard plays from either team.
Yeah, the flow, that's been the big issue today is the flow. Huge. I mean, one way or the other. It just has not been consistent.
They're taking their time here for sure.
They're trying to figure out.
Personal foul, number 46, kicking. He has been disqualified. 15 yards, half the distance.
Jacob Garnis has been kicked out of the game for apparently choking. Let's see this again. Wow.
Where's he at?
He was down at the bottom of the screen.
46, right? Couldn't see him on that one. Defensive coordinator Kevin Kroom out there in the red hat.
He is not happy.
I don't blame him one bit.
He is absolutely upset. And even some of the faithful right below us extremely upset. So does that mean he has to leave?
Yeah.
Leave the stadium?
I would think so. If he's been ejected from
if
the
he's
game.
Been thrown out of the game, yeah, almost like.
I'd have to double check on the rules too, but he'll probably have to sit out the first half of the first game of next year, wouldn't he have to?
I don't know if that would carry over. I'm not sure. Well, you had Kevin Kroom over there. I think Tyler Francis was over there talking too.
We were just not able to see Garnis from our camera in our camera angle. What happened?
We wish we could get a view of that to see if that was the case. Now for Buena Vista, this is putting them in prime real estate at the 3 of Wesleyan.
Huge play right there in this ball game.
And this might have changed the flow or the momentum.
Garnis is still down here on the sideline, being consoled by some of his teammates here. I guess I don't know what the rule is.
I'm not sure. Minasucci gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Buena Vista. That really changed things right there. That's huge. Man, oh man, that's a difference maker right there. So Brylan Minasucci out of Fremont, former UTAN star, takes it in. And now Garnis is going to head to the locker room. His day is done. He is leaving the stadium. The point after attempt hits the left upright, and it's no good. And that is number 11. The 11th missed point after of the season for Buena Vista. And if there's a demise to this Buena Vista football team, it's their special teams.
Wow, I tell you what. 2 missed extra points. Why don't they might as well go for 2. If you've missed 11 extra points on the season, why are you not going for 2? Especially when you're, what's their record? 1-7 or whatever they are, 1-8.
If we can, really quick, let's take a look at the replay and see if we can get a good look. He gets pushed by one of the linemen.
Okay, there's Garnis right there on the bottom right of your screen. Here he is. What's number 77 with the offensive lineman there?
So he kicked him. So I thought he said choking, but it was apparently a kick.
He must have kicked him where you're not supposed to kick him. Well,
so
you're not supposed to kick him anywhere, but he kind of had he was on his back there, and he had his feet up. You can see right in the bottom of the screen here is Garnis is going to go down, and he's tangling with number 77 right here, so you can see where he's on his back. His legs are, we used to call that crudo. My dad made up this game when we were little kids, and then he'd lift us up in the air, so he kicks 77, but boy, that doesn't look like it's anything.
No, I don't think it is either. Darian Savage was the big lineman that plowed over Jacob Garnis. Here on the kick return is Colby Enns. And he is going to be hit hard at the 20. Oh, my dear Lord. What a hit. Matthew Yingve came barreling in. It was Yingve and Corey Kitt that came barreling in and put the hit on Colby Enns.
I tell you what, for two teams that have a combined 3 wins on the season, these teams are laying it out on the line, and think the intensity has been definitely picked up here in the second half, especially after Garnis getting ejected from the game. Wesleyan's got to be pretty ticked off about that.
Well, you got the rest of this quarter with 4.5 minutes plus another 15 minutes. This could get really chippy here the rest of the way. 1st and 10 at the 20 for Wesleyan. Handoff, Taylor through the middle, gets the first down. Spinning ahead, going to be corralled right at the 37-yard line. A 17-yard pickup for the senior.
Yeah, you're right, Jeff. You probably want to, as the referees, I'm sure they've kind of talked to each other, and they're going to be aware of what's happening after the play. They're going to keep their eyes on anything that's going to happen after the play, because there was some chippiness in the first half as well. I still don't think that Garnis, whatever he did should not have led to an ejection from this game.
So 1st and 10 from the 37. Curdy out of the gun. Fake to Taylor. Catch made. 40, 45, 50 down the far side. Running out of bounds is Ryan Lawrence. That's another big play he's been a part of today. Lawrence gets it across midfield at the 45 of Buena Vista.
Nice little play action fake there by Curdy, and Lawrence coming from the opposite side there, able to hit him right away in the flats, get him the ball in space, let him make the play, and picked up a huge gain into Buena Vista territory.
So from the Buena Vista 45, it is 1st and 10. They'll spread it out, 2 receivers each side. Fake to Taylor, pass complete. Skurjanik gets the first down across the 35, brought down at about the 32-yard line. Now we're starting to see this hurry-up offense from Wesleyan that's picking up the tempo.
They must have heard us when we were talking about this game being helter-skelter, and now they picked it up a little bit ever since we started talking about that.
Not only that, but I wonder now if that ejection has become one of those things where it's awakening the sleeping giant, which could very well be the case if Wesleyan can complete this drive. Splits here on the left, 1 here on the left, 2 on the far side right. Taylor in motion.
Didn't get the play off. They didn't call it. They didn't get the play off in time.
Here's Enns. Around left side, 30. Inside, gets to the 25-yard line, gets a good pickup. Pickup of about 7 for Colby Enns, who took that hit on the kick return.
Wesleyan was pretty lucky there that the referee did not see the play clock, because it was at 0 when Shaka Taylor was even going in motion, but they didn't call it, and it's a good gain for Nebraska Wesleyan. You'll take it anytime.
Pelkey, Skurjanik splits to the far side right. Curtis and Keller, the former Rockets, on the left. Curdy, pitch and catch. It is complete to Curtis, and it's enough for a first down. So the clock stops with 2:06 to go, third quarter. So Wesleyan starting to pick up some momentum here.
Yep, moving the sticks, and great field position to start this drive, and got to be able to cap this off here, trailing by 2 with just a little over a minute and a half to go here in the third quarter.
Shaka Taylor around left side. Going to be ran out around the 15-yard line. They're going to spot him. Let's see where they put the ball. Right at the 12. So he hits 1,000 yards at that particular run for the season.
Yeah, he's the first Nebraska Wesleyan running back in school history to rush for more than 1,000 yards in 2 different seasons. So just another milestone moment for Shaka Taylor here in his final game in a Prairie Wolf uniform.
2nd and 2 to go from the 12 of Buena Vista. Minute 24 remaining. Low snap. Curdy to Curtis. Touchdown, Nebraska Wesleyan. On a 12-yard strike. What a response from that Wesleyan offense. And now the point after coming up.
It's a great route, great throw. Finally, Derek Curtis able to get on that deep slant, kind of a shallow post route into the end zone. Goes down and gets it, makes a great catch, holds on to it.
Point after from Jackson Hines is up, and it is good. A minute 16 remaining in the third quarter. Wesleyan regains the lead. 17-12 the score on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
When you're out to make a difference in the world, begin by exploring what inspires you at Nebraska Wesleyan University. The bridge between you and meaningful, unforgettable experiences. Designed from personal attention to internships to translate into success in your career and life. A place of powerful learning designed to explore you, discover you, propel you. Nebraska Wesleyan University, NWU.
Jeff Moats, Brett Edwards with you here from Able Stadium at Nebraska Wesleyan. And a minute 16 to go here in this third quarter, and the Prairie Wolves regain the lead at 17-12. Great reaction there by Wesleyan after Buena Vista capitalized on a big-time penalty against the Wesleyan defense and scored.
And that's very important that they did so, because Garnis, one of the leading tackler in the conference for this Wesleyan defense, being ejected. Buena Vista gets great field position after the penalty. They punch it in. They take a lead. You wondered how Wesleyan would respond, and they showed you right there with the touchdown drive. I don't know why that's the second time in a row they've called a fair catch on the kickoff return with plenty of room to spare.
Yeah, Pacheco has decided not to return it, and signaled the fair catch. And so the Prairie Wolves back out on defense. Again, Jacob Garnis out of the game due to a personal foul. And so in place of him, it looks like Jacob Andreessen, former Pius X product. Around left side, on the move. It's Wurge that time as he goes around left side, gets above the 30 to about the 32-yard line.
Jeff, before Jacob Garnis was ejected, he had 8 total tackles, 2 tackles for loss, but those 8 total tackles gives him 100 total tackles on the dot for the season.
2nd and 3. And it's Wurge again who gets the carry and gets the first down just across the 35-yard line.
We'll see if that 100 tackle mark will stand after today's conference games wrap up, if he will be the leading tackler in the conference for the season or not. I know there was another guy that was pretty close to him with 90 or 91 coming into today. But nonetheless, 100 tackles through 10 games for a sophomore, former 8-man high school player.
That's pretty good. Down to 20 seconds here in the third. This could be the final play of the quarter. Miller spinning out of a tackle, but not for long, as Andreessen helps out in making the stop short of the 40 at the 39-yard line. And the third quarter will come to a close as time runs out, and we're through 3. Nebraska Wesleyan leading it here after 3 quarters, 17-12 over Buena Vista. Fourth quarter coming up right after you see this.
Oh, hi there. Sorry, couldn't see you at first. I'm Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy, and it's first filter Friday, so I'm just checking my furnace filter here. Looks like it's about time for a clean one, which I just happen to have right here. You know, a small investment today can really reduce your heating costs and improve your efficiency. You can really see the savings. Yeah? For more tips like this, visit us at les.com or do a search for LES Video Vault on YouTube. We will see you next time.
There you see the Prairie Wolves dance team and cheer section.
Was that a tumbleweed?
Either that or that was a
plastic bag.
Plastic bag.
Well, that's what I told you. That's how Jacob Garnis got tough and good, chasing tumbleweeds. But here in Lincoln, we just chase. That's an urban tumbleweed. We chase plastic bags around to get faster.
Second down here for Buena Vista. They'll reverse it. Youngblood around right side. Got the first down, breaking past the 50, and going to be corralled by Alex Cruz at about the 45-yard line in Wesleyan territory.
Just want to take a look at some of these third quarter stats through 3 quarters. Nebraska Wesleyan has 321 yards of total offense. They've run 55 plays as opposed to BV with 205 yards of total offense and just 41 plays. But again, the difference maker, the turnovers. Wesleyan still does hold a lead, but we can always sit here and play what if they would not have, Curdy would not have thrown those 3 picks, but here we are, and this is how it stands.
Out of the pistol, Miller awaiting. Here it is. Far side goes to a complete catch on the far side of the field. Charlie Vicklinger made the catch. at about the 42-yard line of Wesleyan.
There's been 11 total combined penalties through this game. BV has 5 for 54, Wesleyan 6 for 47. Fairly even on that end, but it seems like there's just been a lot more than that.
It seems like it. Around left side, Urge going to be stopped. Good help that time. Hoovendick was over there. Jake Kittle was over there for Wesleyan. Adam Granville was over there too for the Prairie Wolves. A lot of help. So this will be a 3rd and 6 here for Buena Vista.
Pretty big play in this ball game. I know it's still early in the 4th, but if you can get a stop here, this is probably 4-down territory for BV, maybe, of how bad they are at punting.
Draw play for Miller. Eluding tackles, gets the first down, going to be stopped. And Andreessen over there to help out for Wesleyan. And Dakota Prorock was over there too.
Cole Miller's kind of impressed me with his escapability today. You know, he's not the fastest guy in the world, but boy, he wiggles in and out of those tackles and those arm sacks, and able to move the sticks there and keep this thing going for BV. We're in for a wild finish here, I think, Jeff.
I think so too. 1st and 10 for the Wesleyan 32 out of the pistol. 2 receivers each side here, and Miller looking to his wristband. Dropping back, looking to throw. Pass near side is almost picked off. It's broken up by Hoovendick as it goes incomplete. Intended receiver is Pacheco that time. But Hoovendick with a great defensive effort there and breaking up the pass.
Well, Pacheco almost played defensive back here on this play, and he was able to poke the ball away because the ball was hanging up there in a moment off the deflection. He almost could have been intercepted by the Nebraska Wesleyan player coming in, as you can see on your screen on the replay. But Pacheco at the last second right there pushes the ball away, so it falls to the turf.
2nd and 10. Urge on the carry. Found a hole there, and Kittle gets to him, stops him short of the first down at the 24.
Bednar said something to the ref there. He was walking back. You could see 97. That's Bednar, right? Yeah. He was saying something to the ref, and the ref threw.
Defense number 97, 15 yards, automatic first down.
So Grant Bednar, the former Grand Island Islander, will come trotting off to the sideline.
Just because it's the last game of the year, the last quarter of the year, you're playing a tight game, you still have to play discipline, keep your head. Look at this. They're marching off a 15-yard penalty. This is huge. This is dumb.
Well, let's go back
Bednar's a senior, too.
Let's go back to what happened here a little while ago when Jacob Garnis got called for a personal foul and was ejected. Similar situation here. Right outside that 10-yard line, it's 1st and 10 from the 12. For Buena Vista. Miller, Pacheco, incomplete. Good coverage there by Hoovendick.
Jeff, you know what I'm saying? You just can't do something like that as a senior, a leader on this defensive team.
No,
in a situation like that, and he was mouthing off to the referee.
Yeah.
Just keep your mouth shut, get back to the huddle. You stopped them. You're in a key situation in this ball game where they're driving.
But again, tempers are front. Hey, look at that.
The heck was that?
That was a wolf. 2nd and 10. Miller got someone in the end zone. Touchdown. Flickinger with the reception. And Buena Vista goes up by 1, 18-17. Let's see if they go for 2.
Looks like they're going to Cole Miller. The quarterback's going to stay out there with a little over 12 minutes to go. Yeah, I would go for 2 here. The way this thing's been going too, especially both teams kind of starting to pick it up on offense, and just foolish mistake there by Bednar to give a 15 yards on the penalty on the unsportsmanlike conduct to give him a first down at the 10, and Cole Miller makes him pay.
So the two-point conversion here for Buena Vista. And it's underthrown, incomplete. Jake Kittle broke up the play. He almost grabbed it, and if he probably would have grabbed it, he probably could have ran the other way. So the 2-point conversion fails for Buena Vista, but they regain the lead. They're up by 1 with just over 12 minutes left here at Able Stadium.
Oh, hi there. Sorry, couldn't see you at first. I'm Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy, and it's first Filter Friday, so I'm just checking my furnace filter here. Looks like it's about time for a clean one, which I just happen to have right here. You know, a small investment today can really reduce your heating costs and improve your efficiency. You can really see the savings. Yeah? For more tips like this, visit us at les.com or do a search for LES Video Vault on YouTube. We will see you next time.
There you see one of her. That's Maddie. Say hi, Maddie.
Can Maddie hear us?
Can Maddie hear us? Probably. Oh, there you are.
Can.
Yeah, she could hear us. All bundled up out there in that. I believe she's in the south end zone.
Great job to Maddie and the rest of our crew here. You guys do a great job, and I'm glad to be able to have been a part of this for a couple games this year.
There's the ensuing kick picked up at the 10 by ends. All the way up past the 30. And they're going to mark him out of bounds. Let's see where they spot him. Right about the 35-yard line. Among the sponsors of Nebraska Wesleyan Broadcast is Quality Water Services of Lincoln. They can set you up with soft water that can have more than 3 years to the life of most of your appliances. Using soft water can reduce water heating bills by 29%. Soft water also requires 50 to 75% less detergent to do laundry and dishes. So contact Quality Water Services at 402-423-0909 or go to qualitywaterservices.com for more information. 1st and 10 for Nebraska Wesleyan at the 35. It is Taylor who spins and runs into one of the defenders for Buena Vista, and it's going to get about 3 yards on the pickup up to the 38-yard line. And stopped on that play by Gary Weaver. This is a big drive for Wesleyan, even though you got 11 and a half minutes to go.
Yeah, it'd be nice to take up some of the time off this clock and march it down and obviously get a touchdown or a field goal and take this lead and hope that your defense can come up with a few stops when BV does get the ball back.
2nd and 7. Curdy, short toss. Taylor, 40, 45, got the first down, 50, down the far side, and he's forced out of bounds around the 38-yard line.
There's that dual threat capability from Shaka Taylor. 4th in career receptions in Nebraska Wesleyan out of the backfield as a running back. He's obviously proven that he's a great running back running the ball, but he can also catch the ball on these type of screen passes and get his big hosses out in front of him and pick up a big chunk of yardage, and just adding more yards to what has been a great career for Shaka Taylor.
Final 11 minutes of his college career here. 1st and 10. Curdy rolling right. He's got a man over here, but it goes incomplete. Tate Schmaderer looked like was the intended target that time. So 2nd and 10 coming up here for Nebraska Wesleyan.
Is 897-9892. It's 897.
Curdy today has
That's your ticket.
thrown 3 interceptions. Actually, that's 3. Yeah, you're right. 3.
3 almost could have been 4.
Yeah, that's
in the
right.
First quarter. It does have 2 touchdown
I was
passes,
second guessing myself. You're right. 3. They'll spread it out here on 2nd and 10 from the 38. Got over here. It's Pelkey, and it goes incomplete right through his hands. It was right to him. And Pelkey just could not handle the ball. 3rd down coming up here for the Wolves.
That's a catch you got to make if you're Brandon Pelkey, the senior. He's been so reliable, not only the last few games, but all season for Jonathan Curdy to throw the ball out to. And that was a great throw. Hit him right in the hands. You got to make that catch in a game, in a situation like this, when you're trying to drive late in the 4th quarter and try and take the lead.
Buena Vista sideline jumping up and down. They're wanting a big stop here on 3rd and 10. Curdy, he's going to look to throw. He's got Curtis. Curtis trying to fight for yards, and he is short of the first down, but he's going to be stopped at the 33.
It's 4-down territory, Jeff, right now for Nebraska Wesleyan. You got to go for this. We're approaching the 10-minute mark to go in the fourth quarter. You know, you're down by 1. Here we are in a 4th and 5 situation. You got to trust the offensive line to give some protection to Curdy. I would imagine this is going to be some sort of pass play, maybe a play action, maybe swing it out into the flat to Shaka Taylor. Shaka's lined up on the short side up there.
4th and 5. Curdy. He's got Curtis. First down. Trying to break tackles inside the 20. Stopped at the 19. Derek Curtis coming through again.
Mr. Reliable, Derek Curtis has great hands. He runs nice, smooth, crisp, clean routes, able to find a window right there and just kind of sit down so Curdy has the window to throw to him and the nice passing lane, and Curdy able to put it on him, keep this drive alive, and now they're at the 19-yard line, and you're in field goal range at least now. You weren't probably on that last play, but here you are in field goal range for sure.
So from the 18, here is Taylor on the handoff, and he's going to be quickly corralled and stopped. Mason Wickett was first to get to Shaka Taylor. Taylor gets a pickup of about 1.
We'll see if we can get some updated stats, but through 3 quarters, Shaka Taylor had 17 carries for 95 yards. Remember I said it was going to be kind of a ground and pound type of game, and boy, he really hasn't. He has a long of 17. That was through 3 quarters. Sorry, 17 carries for 93 yards. That was through 3 quarters, though.
2nd and 9. Barth the split here on the right. Curdy in trouble. Short toss to Taylor. 15. Gets to the 10. Short of the first down by about a yard. Curdy looked like he was in trouble. He was able to find Taylor, though. So about 3rd down and a long yard to go.
It's always nice to have a safety valve like Shaka Taylor when you get into pressure situations like Jonathan Curdy did there, and he's able to find some enough time and found his running back out of the backfield. I used to have a guy by the name of Zach Malachek. He was from Stanton. He went over 1,000 yards rushing in back-to-back years at Wayne State. He was that type of guy where you could just always find him and get him the ball and he'll get you something.
Skrjanek in motion. And it's a fullback dive as Schmatter gets the carry and takes it to the 6.
How about that little wrinkle in the playbook? Little fullback trap right up the middle. BV probably not scouted for that play, didn't know it was coming.
How many times do you see that play run anymore?
Fullbacks even hardly anymore.
Yeah.
You barely see them. The dying position.
I remember a lot of teams back in the day would run fullback trap plays. 1st and goal from the 7 of Buena Vista. 7:10 to play. Taylor's going to get it. Tries to stretch into the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska Wesleyan. That was huge.
Yeah, that was a monster drive, Jeff.
That's
ate up a ton of time.
Well, it's 23-18. They're going to go for the point after.
You think this is a good call? Put you up 6 if you make it? Well with BV's PAT kicker, if BV does come to, he's missed 11 PATs this season.
Right.
If BV does happen to score, I wouldn't be surprised if they could go for 2.
Yeah, well, and you remember the last time they went for 2, they couldn't convert. 24-18, Nebraska Wesleyan with just over 7 minutes left, and that man, Shaka Taylor, takes it into the end zone. Come back for more in just a moment.
When you're out to make a difference in the world, begin by exploring what inspires you at Nebraska Wesleyan University. The bridge between you and meaningful, unforgettable experiences, designed from personal attention to internships to translate into success in your career and life. A place of powerful learning designed to explore you, discover you, propel you. Nebraska Wesleyan University. NWU.
If you want a sparkling smile, contact Doctors Bimbo and Vince Petro at Petro Family Dental Health in Omaha. Caring for dental needs in the area for more than 30 years. Whether if you're 2 or 102, they'll provide the same patience and respect they give their own families. Petro Family Dental Health, conveniently located at 144th and Dodge in Omaha. You can find them on the web and say thanks to them for helping support Nebraska Wesleyan broadcasts. Jeff Moats, Brett Edwards here with you from Able Stadium here in Lincoln. 24-18, Nebraska Wesleyan ahead of Buena Vista. And here is the kick from Jacob Ramsa. And this one will be picked up at the 8. Past the 15 to the 20, near side 25. And corralled and stopped was Ernest Jones on the return. So now Buena Vista with 7 minutes to go. They're in a prime position to where they could march downfield and put one in. But as you said before the break, the key is can they're going to go for the extra point to go ahead, or they're going to go for 2 to try to go ahead. But today they have not been able to convert on point afters or even a 2-point conversion.
Well, even if they do happen to score and maybe possibly take the lead, Wesleyan should have some time left.
Miller looking. Wounded duck pass in the air, and it's going to be knocked away incomplete. It was Huvendick, Cruz, Cortez. They were all downfield, providing coverage on Pacheco.
Miller kind of hesitated. He probably should have thrown this ball right away when Pacheco was breaking, and then he hesitated a little bit, and the last thing you want to do is throw a wounded duck deep over the middle, and that's exactly what happened. And Wesleyan had 3 or 4 guys right there to make the play and try to intercept that ball, but they were unable to do so.
6:52 to go. 2nd and 10. Little zone read, and it backfired. How about Stolpe?
That's a celebration. Put that one on replay like this.
Wow.
The former Aurora Husky. Look at this. Boom. Yep. He knows it. He knows it. Oh, that's great.
Oh, man. Young man, you just did that, and it was all over the video board, too. 3rd and long. Miller rolling right. Shifting. Gets out of a tackle. Runs out of another. He's going to take it himself. He's trying to get out of trouble, but he's going to be knocked down just across the 30 at the 32-yard line.
Geez, he ran about 75 total yards on that play just to get a few yards, but he was looking for Pacheco early on. Pacheco fell down at the beginning of his route. As you can see, he's looking to his left for Pacheco, and was trying to make something happen. And like I said, I've been impressed with his escapability all day, and he showed off again here today, spinning off that sack and trying to make something happen.
Don't you feel like you need to have some NFL Films music in the background every time you see something like that?
Yeah, that could have been a wild one there.
Here's the punt.
That's a good boot.
Taylor going to wait for the fair catch. He'll retrieve it at about the 27-yard line. So 5:17 to go in this one. And Wesleyan with the football, you don't necessarily need to be too conservative, but you need to be able to get it downfield, and if you can, try to put one in to maybe seal it.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do here is go 3 and out and not take up a ton of time off the clock. BV still has 2 timeouts. Wesleyan has all 3.
Shaka Taylor trying to get out of trouble there, and Gary Weaver comes up and stops him. Wesleyan fans were looking for a penalty flag.
Yeah, they thought that the defender threw Shaka down to the ground, but when you're in that situation, it's so hard. And any more of the rules, and you've watched the NFL this season, and the targeting rules and the quarterback and how they've been so much more protective on the quarterback, it's almost like what's football anymore? It's a physical sport. We all get that. I know the safety is a big concern, and I get the helmet-to-helmet rule. That's important, but
I think that's been more of an issue, or at least a highlighted item that they want to enforce, is that helmet-to-helmet contact. And Colby Ends couldn't handle the pass, so an incompletion there. So 3rd and long here for Wesleyan, 4:25 on the clock. Working from their own 24.
Yeah, and that stops the clock too. So here you go. If you're BV, you've done a pretty good job defensively of keeping the big play receivers for Wesleyan in front of you. You need to do that again here because you're looking at 3rd and long, 3rd and 13 from the 24. And from BV's standpoint, I mean, this I don't want to call this the ball game, but this is a big stop for them.
Curdy out of the gun. And Curdy's going to take a loss, and he's going to be marked down. I think he kind of lost his footing. He was so worried about throwing upfield. So 4th down here for Wesley, and they're forced to punt.
Well, we're going to have a game that's going to come right down to the wire, Jeff, and a 6-point lead for Wesleyan here. By the time they kick this ball, should be around, in the return, maybe around 3:30, 3:20 to go in the game. BV with 2 timeouts. We'll see what kind of field position they have, but they gave themselves an opportunity to get the ball back and try to go down and win this game.
Here's the snap. Running punt from Hines. Pacheco gets it at the 37, and he is stopped at the 39. So 3:33 to go. And still an opportunity here for Buena Vista.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say right now that Hayden Penny or Grant Bednar are going to come up with some sort of big sack in the backfield on Cole Miller, the Buena Vista quarterback here. I think they're due for it, and these guys are fired up, ready to make a defensive stand to win this game for their team.
Miller out of the pistol. And they'll go over here on the left side as Kobe Martin Jr. is forced back, and I don't think he got any forward progress. Let's see where they spot the ball. He probably got about a yard to the 41. No, 2 yards up to the 41. So you got a 2-yard gain out of it. 2nd and 8 coming up here for Buena Vista. Approaching 3 minutes to go in this one. And now timeout going to be called by Nebraska Wesleyan. We'll step aside with them for a quick break. Prairie Wolves holding on to a 6-point lead over the Beavers.
Hi, I'm Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy, and I wanted to share a hot tip about keeping warm in the wintertime. Instead of turning up your thermostat, turn on a portable space heater. After all, why heat your whole house when you only want the room you're in to be warm and toasty? Oh, that's too toasty. Don't touch that, Gracie. For more energy-saving tips like this, visit us at les.com or do a search for LES Video Vault on YouTube. We'll see you next time.
There's our good friend Justin in the north end zone. Of course, he's the one that shoots our stand-up shot before pregame. And Justin's been weathering all sort of elements this football season. Perfect weather, hot weather.
Well, he's got the beard for this cold weather, so
yeah,
that probably keeps that face a little bit warm out there at the wind. And a little chilly day here today at Able Stadium on the campus of Nebraska Wesleyan in Lincoln.
And he was kind of fearful at one point about maybe enduring a heavy downpour. But that has not been a factor so far. Pass almost picked. Hit the shoulder pad of Minasucci. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
BV going with the no huddle here. 2:56 to go on the clock. It's 3rd down. They still have 2 timeouts left. Surprised they're not huddling here, but they got trips out to the right, single back. Ball's going in the air, I can tell you that.
Here is Miller. Got somebody there. 1st down. Pass complete. And the reception made by Flickinger. Gets it across midfield, stopped at the Wesleyan 42-yard line. And we got an injured Buena Vista player on the turf.
Jeff, one other quick story on that Metrodome deal. So we're talking senior day here. So my final game of my career on the road in the Metrodome, playing Bemidji State, lose 24-0. I'm distraught. Mom and Dad were there. I'm talking with my quarterbacks coach, Bob Majeski, who was our offensive coordinator, out at the 50-yard line. Obviously very emotional after that, playing my final game of my career. Thought it was over. All of a sudden, a gentleman came up and started talking to me and introduced himself. He was the coach of a team in Vienna, Austria. There's a European football league, not like associated with the NFL, but you travel and play other countries. They take 2 American players per team. The rest are, the rest of them would have been Austrian. But I would have been able to go live and play football in Vienna, Austria for about 6 months out of the year. They would have paid for everything to go over there.
Really?
They would have paid for my meals. I think I would have shared a car with an American player and an apartment. All that. Didn't do it.
No.
Big regret. Big regret.
Well,
I had the opportunity, but I had an internship lined up that I needed to, graduate college from, and priorities, my friend. But man, I wish I would have done it.
That would have been neat. That would have been a great experience.
Oh, absolutely, just to live over there for sure.
Pass play complete to Youngblood. Eluding tackles, forced out of bounds around the 36-yard line.
But just as so, there could be a guy on this Nebraska Wesleyan team that could end up maybe getting a chance like that to go play in a league somewhere over in Europe, that if they're still around. Or, there's indoor football teams. I played for the team in Colorado, the Colorado Ice, for about a half a season. So that was kind of nice to not rejuvenate my career, but still be able to play a little bit of football and get paid at the same time.
Of course, for years, there were the Lincoln Lightning and the Lincoln Capitals here. Here is Miller. Miller is going to be in trouble, but he scrambles. 30, 25, 20. Going to be ran out of bounds. What a recovery that was for Cole Miller.
I tell you what, I've been impressed with this kid. He's a three-year starter for Buena Vista, and he has kept not only this drive alive, but a lot of other drives and a lot of other plays with his escapability out of the pocket and being able to move the sticks. And he's a warrior. He's a fighter. He's fighting to drive this team down and win this game to end the season and get BV their first conference win of the year. He's their leading rusher on the day.
1st and 10 for the Wesleyan 17. Miller dropping back. Got somebody over here, and it's knocked away, incomplete. Alex Cruz, and flags come out. That's going to be pass interference. That's huge.
Yeah, that's going to be – I want to see a replay on this, too, because that's going to be an unfortunate situation, because who's 25 there? That's Prentice Wilson. Sorry, Alex Cruz coming in trying to make a play on the ball. It hits him in the hands, and the BV receiver went low. What's he supposed to do?
Boy, this is huge.
What's he supposed to do? The ball hits him in the hands. It's almost like he was throwing it to Cruz. This should almost be a no call. I wouldn't want the game being decided on something like this.
Let's get the official word.
Pass interference, defense, number 5. The ball be placed at the spot of the foul, automatic first down.
Wow.
That is a tough call. That's a tough one to swallow right there. I'm going to have to disagree on that one. I think that should have been a no call. That was a guy making a play on the ball.
So here we go again. Another penalty. This is the 3rd time we've seen this situation where a penalty has been set up what would be an eventual score for Buena Vista. 1st and goal. Ball tipped up, incomplete. Good coverage there by Huvendick. They were looking to Fleckinger over there on the right side coming in.
That ball get tipped at all at the line of scrimmage because it was a little wobbly coming out? No,
it did. It did.
Yep. Otherwise, that could have been 6 right there. That would have been a pretty good throw.
That was Adam Granville who leaped up and tipped it. Second and goal. Minute 44 to go. And Miller's going to run into the end zone. Touchdown, Buena Vista. All right, we're tied at 24.
A flag.
But a penalty flag coming out.
After the play, again. One of the Nebraska Wesleyan faithful, the fans sitting down in front of us here, they know exactly who this penalty's on. Let's see if they're right.
Let's find out.
Dead ball, personal foul, defense number 25. That 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
It's Alex Cruz who has whistled for the personal foul penalty. And I would imagine that's going to be assessed on the kickoff. And now the point after.
Here we go.
Morris Oranda, who has missed 2 other point afters, and this one goes through the uprights, and this one is good. And just, there were 11 missed PATs in a row, and the streak's broken off of that one. And Buena Vista takes a 25-24 lead here with 1:40 to go. Come back for more after you see this.
Being on my own is awesome. But on top of classes, laundry, and keeping up with my shows, how am I supposed to take care of banking? And my mom, she just told me to figure it out. So I did. I got my own checking account, I'm saving up for a car, and I got a debit card with a cat on it. All thanks to Sam from UBT. You know, this adulting thing is really working out. I would not eat that. Your money, your questions, your peace of mind. At Union Bank, it's all taken care of.
There you see Kevin Kroom walking the sidelines here for Nebraska Wesleyan. Been a part of this staff a long time for Coach Brian Keller.
Yeah, that was a tough spot. Alex Cruz, we saw the pass interference, which I still say should not have been called, and then after Cole Miller runs it in to tie the game up, and then the eventual extra point, Cruz with the silly personal foul penalty.
If you're Wesleyan, you move that ball downfield, and you set up a perfect spot for Jackson Hines to come in and try to boot one through. As he works into that net down on the sideline. And so on the penalty, they'll put the kick at the 50. They'll boot this one deep. This will go into the out of the end zone for a touchback. And so the ball will be put at the 25-yard line. So you got 1:40 to go, Brett. Wesleyan's down 1.
2 timeouts left. Hey, look at the seniors that are on the field right now. You got Derek Curtis, you got Pelkey, you got Shaka Taylor. Who's going to be a hero on senior day and go down and make a big play and help their team win this ball game?
1st and 10. Curdy. He's got Pelkey. First down, ran out of bounds at the 38. Good play that time. Hurry up offense. Here is Taylor through the middle, past the 50, down inside the 40, stopped at the 37 of Buena Vista, and the Wesleyan faithful coming to their feet. Hurry up offense. 1:23 and counting. 1st and 10. Curdy. Pitch and catch. Skurjanek takes it into the house. Touchdown, Nebraska Wesleyan.
Wow. 2 plays is all it takes for Wesleyan. And this place is going nuts here at Able Stadium. They're mobbing him down on the sideline, and rightfully so.
Just like that. I think that was, 3 plays? They went 3 plays, 75 yards, and they hit pay dirt with 1:14 to go, and now Buena Vista has got to answer back.
They're going to get a chance to.
Now we got some offsides, and there's some contact.
I think the defense jumped first.
I think they did too.
What a wild game this turned out to be.
Man,
first half was kind of ho-hum.
You got the two bottom teams in the conference duking it out.
Offsides. Defense, number 25. The goal.
So they're going to go for two. They're going to go for two. And that's probably the right thing to do.
Yep. That'll put you up 7.
And then you force them to tie or go for two if they get downfield. Man, oh man. James Skrjanic, what a big day for him.
Yeah, now you're looking at only 1 yard try here for the 2-point conversion as opposed to 3. So it'll be interesting to see what they do if they give the ball to Shaka, the big horse, and let him punch it in. They're bringing in all the heavy horses here.
Why not? They're going to go Wildcat. No, they got Curdy under center. Curdy fakes it, looking, toss far side. Conway with the 2-pointer. That is huge. What a response. 3 plays, 75 yards, a touchdown to Skrjanic, and the 2-point conversion to Conway, and the Prairie Wolves lead at 32-25 over Buena Vista. Back to Able Stadium in a moment on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
When you're out to make a difference in the world, begin by exploring what inspires you at Nebraska Wesleyan University. The bridge between you and meaningful, unforgettable experiences, designed from personal attention to internships to translate into success in your career and life. A place of powerful learning designed to explore you, discover you, propel you. Nebraska Wesleyan University, NWU.
Jeff Moats, Brett Edwards, and you here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network. An energized crowd at Able Stadium off of that quick 75-yard drive. And Nebraska Wesleyan back up on top, 32-25. Here's Ramsa. End over end. Fair catch going to be waved at about the 10-yard line, which...
That's the 3rd or 4th time I've seen them do that today. I just don't get it. He's catching it at the 10-yard line roughly, and plenty of room. I mean, give yourself an opportunity. I guess I see now with the new rule, you get the ball at the 25. So, okay, I guess I understand it a little bit more, but...
Yeah, Ernest Jones, he signaled for it. And...
So no matter where you make the fair catch, you get the ball at the 25?
I guess.
Huh.
So now 1st and 10. Spread formation out of the pistol. Here is Miller. Far side. Fleckinger with the catch. Enough for a first down just across the 35. They're going to spot him at the 37. He has been clutch today for Buena Vista in the receiver spot.
You still want to be able to get some pressure on him from the defensive line. They're only bringing 3 here.
Down to a minute here in the game. Miller facing pressure. Got a man over in the middle, and it's incomplete. He kind of threw it across his body. He was looking for Ross Adamson. So this will bring up 2nd and 10 here for Buena Vista.
What an exciting game just to be a part of, though, Jeff. Both these teams, they're at the bottom of the conference, but they're both battling it out, fighting, playing hard to the end, trying to get that one more win here in the season.
Here is Miller, near side. Overthrows it, goes out of bounds, incomplete. He was looking for Youngblood along the near sideline, and there's Tyler Francis, the former Prairie Wolves quarterback, now assistant coach on this staff for Coach Keller. 52 seconds to go here before the end of this one.
You got to think Cole Miller's going to be looking for Pacheco here. Pacheco lined up on the near side down here on the numbers, right down here by us. Look for him.
Spread formation out of the pistol, 3rd down. Miller, pitch and catch. Fleckinger completes it, gets the first down. toward midfield at the Buena Vista 48.
Fleckinger's been a great option as well. He's been very reliable for Miller today.
They'll hurry up. Spread formation, 40 seconds and counting. Miller looking, and he's going to be taken down for a sack. What a play that was. Coming in and making the tackle is Carter Smith, the sophomore from Shelby Rising City High School.
The former Husky making a big play for this Nebraska Wesleyan defense. So now you're looking at 33 seconds to go. It's going to be second down. Here's what I'm thinking if you're Buena Vista right now. You have one timeout left. You at least want to get yourself in position for a possible Hail Mary. So now how far can Cole Miller throw the ball? I'm guessing they're probably going to need to get inside the 50 for him to be able to heave it all the way down to the end zone. But if you're BV, that's what you're probably looking at right now with one timeout left. And
you got 33 seconds to spare, too.
Yeah, so you got to be careful with that. And if you're Wesleyan defensively, you got to keep these guys in bounds, especially Pacheco. I'm surprised they haven't looked for him. Fleckinger, obviously, like I said, has been a great option for Miller today, too. But keep an eye on both of those guys. But here's a chance. This is it, Wes. I mean, this is why you play the game of football. These guys got to be excited to come out here and play and get this stop and try to win the ball game.
Second and long here for Buena Vista. This is at their own 46-yard line. Miller out of the pistol setup. Kobe Martin Jr. is in the backfield with him, and now Miller looking to throw. He's got Fleckinger again, and this is in Wesleyan territory, stopped at the 44-yard line, short of the first down by 2 yards. And now timeout going to be burned by Buena Vista. It's their final timeout. And now they'll talk things over to probably set up a play.
So now let's regroup here. So now if you're Buena Vista, you got third and about 3-2. Try and get this first down, and then get back to the line of scrimmage, spike the ball, maybe take a couple shots at the sideline, run an out route, maybe a comeback along the outside, get out of bounds because you're out of timeouts now. But you probably gave yourself, as long as you don't give up a sack, you probably gave yourself a decent opportunity at a Hail Mary. We saw Cole Miller throw the ball, that wobbler, downfield earlier. He probably put it in the air maybe 40, 45 yards. It was a duck. But, I don't know if he necessarily has Aaron Rodgers type of Hail Mary capabilities in him. If he can throw it 65, 70 yards in the air, I highly doubt it. So they probably want to pick up. Obviously, I'd get this first down if I'm BV. Yeah. Get the first down, clock the ball, and then let's regroup. But I'm getting ahead of myself, Jeff. I'm getting excited, buddy. Hey, this is a great finish.
You're thinking like a football player.
Yep.
Third and less than 2. Big play here. Miller got a man over there. Fleckinger pitches it back down the far side. Youngblood gets the first down, runs out of bounds. The hook and ladder.
Wow. In this type of situation, the hook and ladder, they run it to perfection. Holy smokes, ladies and gentlemen.
Unbelievable. So we're at the 22, 17 seconds to go. Here is Miller, rolling left, near side. He has got a man, reception made by Adamson, out of bounds.
Not so much for the Hail Mary.
Wow.
11 seconds, though, no timeout, so now you can take your shots at the end zone. The important thing, if you're Cole Miller and BV, is to not take a sack. That's what Wesleyan's trying to force him into. A sack will end this ball game.
1st and 10 from the 11 of Wesleyan. Here is Miller, looking. He's going to run the football. Gets out of a tackle. He's going to run toward the corner. Can he get in there?
That's the
ball game.
That's it.
Time runs out. That's it. Nebraska Wesleyan wins. They get a big stop. A huge win. What a great way to finish the 2018 football season.
Unbelievable finish.
My word. That was a huge stop. The clock was the enemy for Buena Vista. And the Prairie Wolves will finish the season with a 3-7 mark, and both will meet up at midfield. A huge win for Nebraska Wesleyan this afternoon here on Senior Day here at home. And there you see the final replay of how the game ended here this afternoon. A lot of thank yous going out today to Jamie Wentz and the rest of our Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network crew for helping you bring Prairie Wolves football. Big thanks to John Harris and, of course, to you, Brett Edwards, for filling in. And thanks to all of you for watching all season. Hey, join us with us here coming up on November 28th. We'll have Nebraska Wesleyan men's and women's basketball right here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network. So for everybody today, including Brett Edwards and our entire crew, I'm Jeff Moats. Thanks so long. Thanks for watching, and good afternoon from Able Stadium in Lincoln.
Today's Nebraska Wesleyan University Sports Network broadcast was made possible by Lincoln Electric System. Your electricity, own it. Union Bank, you belong here. And Nebraska Wesleyan University.